guys, welcome back to the podcast. Oh, what a day. Welcome back, Marchy.
Glad to be back.
Good day.
Another exciting week.
Some good footy.
I saw a bit of the footy. I didn't see all the footy. Luckily, I missed Saturday.
I will fill you in.
Yeah, no. I've heard. It wasn't real flash.
Yeah.
But glad to be back in the seat again.
Good to have you back as usual. And they have a beautiful crazy lady.
Hello.
Yeah, winner, chicken dinner.
Nothing unusual.
I can say the same for us too, though.
Yeah, it's a nice change.
It is, isn't it? And down the end as well, Jay. On the winner's
Evening.
circle too.
There we go.
What a day. Anyway, welcome everyone, and join us in the Full Throttle Guest Lounge again. Luke, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, good. Better now the weekend's over. That was pretty ordinary on my end.
No, it was not. I forgot about him being a Bulldog supporter.
I thought he was a Storm supporter.
No, definitely not.
No.
Well, back in the Crusher days, you went for the Storm,
No.
or you just wear their shorts.
No, never wore Storm.
Either way, sucks to be you.
Anyway, we'll dive straight into it because we've got a pretty big show tonight. But tonight's show is brought to you by Full Throttle Ranch and Full Throttle Barbecue. So, NRL News brought to you by Hip Pocket Workwear.
Fiji Barty have reportedly failed to submit their annual membership audit for a third consecutive year and are now at risk of being kicked out of the upcoming Rugby League World Cup.
How can you forget that?
Laziness?
One thing once a year.
The international board can't let it happen. Like,
Nah, you need them in there.
yeah. Like, who's going to replace them?
Yeah, and saying that, I've got a lot of football gear that they keep forgetting to pick up too. So, anyway, moving on.
Jacob Carraz says his focus is firmly on the Bulldogs but has vowed he will not let anyone in New South Wales down if an Origin debut did come his way. I know once I get the opportunity, I won't let the state down and the boys down, he said.
I'm sorry, he's a good player, but there's a few in front of him.
Yeah, he's definitely not on the top of the pecking order.
Like,
at
to
the
be
moment.
honest, I would even go far as saying it's Tom Jenkins is above him. If it's picked on form,
when have they done that though?
well, this is true.
I think that's half of New South Wales' problem is they don't pick on form; they pick on past performances.
True. I mean, I'm not saying he's not a bad player because he is a great player.
Yeah.
I just think when you go look at a bloke that's played 4 games and scored 10 tries in 4 games, he's still above it, and you're not going to leave out Brian Tuttle.
No.
I would even go as far. I know I'm on this bandwagon. He's probably getting a little bit tired now, but Paul Alamotti.
Here's an idea. Why don't they just leave Panthers players alone?
Well, if they don't want to be picked, stop playing so good.
You've also got blokes like Trbojevic who can play on the wing as well that you've probably got in front of him. Like,
I
know
think
he's
his
not.
days are over.
What
Yeah,
about
but he could
Marky
do a
Mark?
job on the wing.
Oh, he could, 100%. People?
Marky Mark from the Roosters.
Yeah, but they
Australian
won't
winger.
because he's going over.
Yeah, but didn't they do the same thing with the young bloke?
I'd have him.
I think he's got too many deficiencies. Like,
It's a good spot to be in, but because of how, man,
There's some depth in
yeah. And then you look at your centres.
Yeah.
Like you got Crichton, you got Best, you got Latrell Mitchell would do a job.
because Tony Staggs is probably the form wing centre in the league at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, where do you stop? It's going to be.
Well, probably when you get to Parramatta.
No, well, Moses needs to not get injured and play alongside Cleary.
Well, there's another thing. Josh Adokar on the wing.
He
Oh,
could
he's
do
playing
worse.
good football at the moment.
I'll just get that 20 off your loan.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Justin Hodges admits he would be interested in taking over Ben Tito's role at the Broncos. I love the Broncos and rugby league is my life, so I would never say no to helping them out, he said.
I think there's more to the TO case than meets the eye. I reckon you'll see him up at Souths with Wayne Bennett and eventually take over when Wayne Bennett says, I've had enough. I think this is a storm in a teacup, made it so he can get out. That's just my opinion.
Jackson Ford has revealed he was considering quitting the NRL before he joined the Warriors. His only offers were from the Eels and Raiders. I'm a carpenter as well, so I was sort of half considering that. Giving it up and starting because I never really had much confidence leaving from the Dragons, he said.
I quit 2 of Eels was my only option.
Poor Marchy. He's been getting a flogging in the last couple of
It's
weeks.
going to be a long season, I think.
That kid, I'd take him in any team.
And
Oh, definitely.
I don't
yeah.
care if the Tigers were approaching me. I'd still play. It's NRL. Like,
Yeah, you don't get to come along every day, do you?
what I would give to just to run out and play one game.
I remember a few years ago a fellow that played for, he was in the premiership winning side, that the reserve grade for Maitland the night that Chip passed away. Got an offer from the Tigers and he only wanted to play for St George.
Yeah.
And he said
really?
no. Wayne Pearce rang him personally, spoke to him. He said, no, not interested. I only want to play for St George.
Gary Palmer's young bloke, then he got offered to go to the Tigers.
He had a mate that would only play for Manly, got offers, but
Yeah, but that's understandable. It's Manly. Honestly, like, each their own, but if someone come knocking, they
Well,
want
it would have been a start to his career. That's
Yeah.
because I said to his father, I said, why didn't you push him? He said, I told him to take it. He only had to play one season. He could have gone anywhere. Yeah, he was a good player. He was, he was a very good
mate,
player.
some kids just decide that it's not for
Probably a
them.
bit older than you probably know. He's a couple of years older than me. Should be mid-50s.
so he'd be retired.
Oh, well, he's not playing now.
No, I
Put it
mean,
that
like-
way.
What
Yeah,
world
but-
can we retire at 50?
Football.
Football.
anything.
Yeah. No, he's been retired from footy for a few seasons.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good player, but yeah, just never took the
Each
offer.
your
And
own. Each your own, I suppose.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
I'm not knocking him, but I would have took it up.
crazy not to. You got to start somewhere.
But who wants a 45-year-old fat man to play for him these years?
Maybe Para.
Still turn them down.
No, I'd play for Para.
In the Masters.
Anyway, moving on.
Damien Cook is reportedly set to re-sign a one-year extension with the Dragons for the 2027 season.
That'll see him out, I reckon. I'm surprised they give him another year. I mean, he's been playing good football, but he's getting a bit on the tooth, isn't he?
What have they got coming through?
Maybe that's one more
That's the next
season for a
question.
bit of a...
Little's young enough, you could probably, have him as your starting hooker.
See, that's the thing. Well, I don't know why they didn't let someone like him go and chase Connor Watson. Connor Watson's sitting there a waste.
Show you the
If ask
hooker
me.
I'd be chasing at the moment. He's had a young bloke come off the bench for years.
Yes.
But
He's
Graham.
he's going to be, third, fourth string hooker once you're back at full strength.
Mm.
Plenty of teams that could use him.
He showed on the weekend, the last 2 weeks when he's come on. He's got some class.
Yeah, he killed it in Vegas. Apart from one error, which he got too excited near the try line. Other than that, he
Wildlife fever.
killed it. Yeah.
Apparently, Chris has been chasing a hooker too today. But anyway,
Different game.
Joseph
Balls,
Tarpany
mate.
has reportedly re-signed with the Raiders for a further season, which now keeps him at the club until at least the end of 2029. It's understood the extra season is in his favour and he must activate that option through 2028.
he'll retire there.
Yeah, he won't leave.
Good on him. I like to say it's a good story. You don't see a lot of anymore one club people. I thought Fish would have been, but yeah, that changed.
Family first.
Yeah, I understand. You can't blame that. The same as Mitch Barnett. There was a comment made today from a Warriors fan bagging Barney out because he's injured again, and like, it's a couple of weeks. The bloke, if it wasn't for his family, he would stay there. Like, pull your head in.
The Storm are reportedly set to table Cooper Clark a long-term extension until the end of 2031.
That's a big contract.
It's a few years.
Sonny Luke has revealed he's been training in the halves also for the Cowboys this year to improve his versatility. So if something comes up in the game and I have to fill in somewhere, I'm happy to, he explained.
Good young talent, I think, in the right team. Is the Cowboys the right team? Not sure, but he might get a chance. It's just at Penrith he was stuck by Mitch Kenny. But in the halves with the Cowboys, if they play like they played last week, it's going to be hard to crack. Anyone else?
No, it's one of those things. He can actually shine bright if they go badly too.
True. Shine
It's
bright like a diamond.
easier to stand out
Yeah.
and then make your name to get somewhere that you prefer,
True.
other than the Eels.
The Sharks have officially re-signed Craig Fitzgibbon on a 2-year extension, keeping him at the club until at least the end of 2029.
I think they need to sign on an attacking coach.
The problem,
They're very just one-dimensional.
One-dimensional.
I think your problem is your halves, to be honest. I don't think Nico shouldn't be in your halves. He should be back at fullback.
I've never thought he was a 7, mate.
I know.
He doesn't have that.
What's his name, your fullback?
Kennedy.
Kennedy. I know he's an excitement as well and hasn't put a foot wrong, but I just think Nico's a 1. Well, he was a Daily M Player of the Year at Storm at 1. He's not a half. Maybe swap him
I've
around.
always said I don't believe he's
They
a 7,
do look
mate.
so much better when Trindle's actually just controlling the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, too, it probably does Nico's mental health a lot better as well.
All you'd have to do is just swap their jersey numbers. Really.
But they have no. They said it in a press conference that they have no assigned roles. They just go where they want. 6 and 7's interchangeable. So they probably need that structure that you're talking about. Someone to actually, lead it instead of go. Oh, if I want, I'll go. If not, you.
Well, that's the thing, mate. You can't do that at that level. You've got to have that 6, 7 playing. They're your
100%.
team, mate. Everyone runs around you. So
Yeah, you did right. I feel sorry for him, to be honest.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at Portia's face when you said 6, 7.
Oh, God. Can we go 6, 8 for now on? We'll just miss that one in between.
Just say it the other way around. 7, 6.
7 and 6.
she'll still laugh.
We'll just go halves.
upside down.
We'll just say the halves.
Okay, mate. I'll do that.
Kieran Foran has been announced as Manly's interim coach for the remainder of the 2026 season.
I think you'll find he'll kick them into gear. But I still feel sorry for Seabolt.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, you either go the start of the year or you go into it. You don't. Three games is nothing.
And there's only so much a coach can do.
Well, it always falls back on the coach.
I know it does, but something's got to...
They've got a good squad, mate. They're just, at the moment, they're just not playing good football and not playing enough.
Jake
enough
Travojevic.
to be winning the game.
Look
That's
at-
what it comes down to.
Jake Travojevic. Have you ever... I know he's still tackling, but he's just not in it.
One run, 15
Yeah, I was
metres.
going to say, like the week before, it was like one run,
Well,
7 metres or something.
I did
the whole
hear
game.
a quote from Jake saying that was the game. That's been the game plan. Attack on the edges. So if you look at their middles, even
But
I mean,
how's that going to work?
they're out of all their forwards, 6 runs was their most out of all their forwards.
But how's that going to work?
It
One
hasn't.
run.
Well, clearly that.
yeah, exactly.
You know, like... anyway. NRL coach, who would be one? Actually, I would.
Not the most forgiving job.
Oh, couldn't do any worse than some of them.
But
You go
Foran
way quicker.
Too late.
just needs to win one game in the next half dozen.
He's
and
done
then
better.
he's going to be crowned as the next saviour.
Well, if they
You
don't
don't
win,
think he might have that Nathan Brown effect when Nathan Brown took over Saints?
Well, you're going to slap him?
Well, yeah, I think he's got a lot of mates at that club.
100%.
So is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah,
He's
is
too
that
close.
Too much, yeah.
Yeah.
But also, too, like you said, he got a lot of mates there, a lot of respect. The respect might kick him into gear and listen, and you know what I mean? Like, I think poor old Seabolt lost the dressing room.
yeah.
Seems to have it every club he's been at.
Yeah, except for South. Yeah.
Yeah, but he wasn't there for very long either.
Is he a coach?
Really good assistant, maybe.
He's a bit like, what's his name? That bloke that.
Adam O'Brien?
Yeah, that's it.
What's
his
his
name?
name?
I'd question that at the moment.
Same thing. Like he's an awesome assistant. I don't think he is at the moment because it's clear cut.
But it's the same as our attacking coach last year.
Right.
What's his name?
He's at the Cowboys now.
Cowboys, yeah. Look how their attack's going. Good
Well,
stuff.
Look at Trent
Yeah.
Barrett.
Yeah.
He's not a coach.
No.
He's an assistant as
No,
well.
but yeah, really good assistant, but
Yeah.
can't coach.
100%. Anyway.
Matt Boland will reportedly apply to become Manly's head coach from 2027 onwards. Michael Maguire has confirmed he will have a discussion with Matt and is likely to support his application.
I don't know about that, eh?
When did he finish up?
A while back now. He
It's
was
been a couple of
assistant to
seasons,
someone.
hasn't
Yeah,
he?
he'd be close to 10 years retired.
Yeah, he was assistant. Has it always been at Manly? Or-
He's at Brisbane now.
At Brisbane, yeah. But he was at Manly for a bit, right?
I think so.
Good player, but time was all right. If give it to Foreign, if Foreign's him to him and he does well, give him the chance.
Well, if he wants it, mate.
Yeah.
He clearly does. He's happy to take a role on because he said
You
yes.
can't just
to
have him for 12 months and go, oh, thanks for coming. See you later.
But again, like you say, mate, it's just like having a job. Come in, have
But if he's...
maternity role, mate.
Yeah, but if he's come in, give him that option. Say, if you do well in 12 months, we'll sit down with Matt and you and we'll decide who's going to be the best. Give him that option. Don't just say, here you go, fix this, and then...
Beep.
My bad.
Oh, I'm going to let us swear on here.
You just got to cover it with a beep.
Okay. Adam.
Jermaine Osako has signed a 2-year deal with the Storm for the 2027 and 2028 seasons.
I read that.
It's going to be some big things coming out of him when he gets down there, I think.
Well, he's been the leading point scorer for the last 3 or 4 years.
Well, he was the leading point scorer his first season, debut season.
Yeah.
He was the leading point scorer.
Mate, honestly,
won a couple of bucks off him, actually.
It was only a couple of years ago he was the leading try scorer too, so...
I don't know that there's when he goes down there that he has to change much at all. I think he's pretty well rounded as he is. It just maybe a little bit more where he gets his hands on the ball a little bit more, but
They'll make sure he gets the ball a lot more.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with his game.
It's huge.
Well, we'll take a quick break. All right, guys, we'll take a short break and we'll be back shortly.
Will Warbrick signs with the New Zealand Warriors on a 3-year deal starting 2027 onwards.
Worst kept secret.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Good
Yeah,
pick up.
Good pick up to replace. Yeah,
Good
not
figures.
bad. I might have shot off a bit early, no?
No, I was just thinking,
Again.
wasn't there rumours that Dallin was on the outer?
Yeah, but they've replaced him with Jermaine Osako.
So they've done all right. They haven't really lost anything.
Oh, no offense.
Well, they're probably going to goal kicker.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Will Warwick, great player, but I think I prefer Jermaine, to be honest.
They're still in the market though because they've lost both wingers now, so...
Yeah, Nick Meaney. Interesting to see who comes in next.
Storm prop Tui Kamakamika has been hospitalised after a suspected stroke. A routine trip to the toilet turned into a life-threatening emergency. Tui, with surgeons... I don't even know why that word was there. With surgeons going through the Storm star's groin to remove a blood clot at the front of his brain.
Lucky.
Very lucky. Going to the toilet and had a stroke.
That's crazy.
Geez, that's a long way up from the groin to the brain.
Yeah.
I bet you've been to the toilet and had a stroke before, Marchy.
You'd see him building.
Oh, it's not funny.
You just can't help yourself, can you?
No, like, I was prompted.
That was the
You'll
look
be
on
having
your
a stroke
face.
tonight.
You'll be doing it.
No, I won't.
Children.
Nah, all
Yeah,
jokes
no, that's-
aside, we hope, full recovery. Like, we'll just discuss this at work today. It doesn't, show how fit you are. You can still have them. So, yeah, I think it might be time to shred a few pounds.
Was he prone to head knocks?
I don't think
Believe
so.
so.
I don't think he
How
I
did
was.
he
don't
get to his
ever
head?
recall him getting...
Yeah, well, true. It's a
It's
long,
like,
long
it's like
way
trying
up.
to get the Nelson and stuff with Solomon's head. They're about the same size, aren't
Jeez, Melbourne are going to have to start buying forwards from somewhere.
they? It opens the door for Jack Everington, but this is a good thing I like about a sad situation like that. I hope his health really comes 100%, but it opens the door for Jack to...
Or
to
the other
make
local boy too. Is it Preston Con?
No, yeah?
He's a Newcastle local.
Yeah, let Jack through first.
Titans man of the match and 2-try hero Arama Howe that'll do, is now on the radar for the Perth Bears along with Bulldogs prospect Jonathan Sewer.
He'd be a good pickup. He's going to be a very handy player, that Howe.
100%.
From what I've seen of him so far, he's pretty honest and does his job.
He did well on the weekend. Just
How long has he been playing?
Oh, he's only...
Half a dozen games.
Yeah, he's only played 6 or 7
It
games.
was only
Oh,
6
God.
games, I think.
Yeah.
I heard. But that's the lines he...
7 or 6.
6.5.
She's not listening.
Oh, thank God.
But no, mate, just watching the second half of that game, the lines he ran were just spot
And
on.
big minutes.
Yeah,
80 minutes
Yeah,
yeah.
he's
Think
been
of
80
him.
minutes every week.
for what, 191 centimetres.
Big boy.
That's a very tall bloke.
Little fella.
Oh, yeah, it was short to some people, but
Garden home.
God
I'm
knows.
glad he did well. Someone tipped the Titans and it wasn't you.
I said it on the show that wasn't last week. I said they're going to, and it's liable to be this week, but there's a few matches that could have went either way. But good on them.
It's a terrible round this one.
Tell me
Yeah,
about
good
it.
one.
I got knocked off the top, mate.
Yeah.
I nearly pulled out the Joker too.
Oh,
I looked at it and I thought, oh, this is a perfect round for the Joker. There was a couple actually used. I think there was 3 or 4.
Yeah.
we had someone on the tip and comp use and go, what's that for?
She
already used it.
She asked me what it was for.
I got 2 and I used
Well,
my Joker.
She's sitting in first spot at the moment, but it won't last long.
Anyway.
Mitch Barnett is set to miss 4 to 6 weeks with a broken thumb.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Terrible.
That's the second
Shattered.
one this year. First, mate from the, what's his name? From the Roosters.
Robson.
That's him.
Didn't Ado Carr have a
That
break?
Yeah.
it was finger. Was it broken finger?
No, I thought
No, I
it
think it
was
was
his
his
thumb.
thumb.
because
Yeah, it was his
it
thumb,
showed
yeah.
a
Is
Is
scar
he going to have
from
any more
surgery.
room left to tape up now with another break
Did
in there?
you? They come out the other week about how much tape he uses, and I had a look at his hands the other day, and he's literally individually tapes each finger.
Yeah.
So don't you normally tape your fingers together for stability?
Might be a
Grip-
thing like
grip
Reece
ball.
Walsh. He does fingernails.
Does,
He tapes
yeah.
his fingers together.
But he's got
Drummers. Don't drummers tape some of their fingers up? Is that
I
right?
don't know.
You do see some of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they hit the drums with the sticks.
Maybe he's something to do with hitting the ball.
That's normally what happens when you drum, eh?
Apparently.
Hit
That
that
might have
pig
something to
skin.
do with hitting the ball, like catching the ball or something.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just
I'm
yeah.
not sure. Yeah.
I
If
hate to
anyone
see
knows
his
the
tape
answer,
bill at the end of the
Stickiness
season
with the
grip
spray they use, that
Oh.
might actually help.
Might
yeah.
hold on to the.
Funny story
Yeah.
about the
because he's
sticky
got good
spray.
hands.
It's not funny. It's
Funny
cringy.
story about the sticky spray. David Clement. We all know David Clement likes to use a bottle. He's all over him and he runs out the tunnel. At this time, Porsche had pom-poms. Clement puts his hand out. Porsche's pom-poms
Couldn't
stuck.
get it off. It was so embarrassing.
Clement's running down the field trying to get this pom-pom off
We
his
actually
hand.
had the video of it somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
But he gave it to some Down syndrome young fella, which would have made his day, but it would
Porsche's
have been
like-
embarrassing for Clemmer.
I got a pom.
No pom pom.
Oh, but that was gold. Anyway.
Grant Anderson sustained a grade 3 MCL injury and fractured tibial plateau and is expected to miss 10 to 12 weeks.
Yes.
Real lucky.
That was unfortunate.
Yeah.
That was. It was never going to happen except he tripped over his leg and just cannonballed.
Just an unfortunate.
That's what people are blaming Hammer for.
Cobbo, yeah, they'll.
Oh, Cobbo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was again, sideline couch
Yeah, but
coaches.
it's
mate.
like, oh, well, we're probably going to get into a minute and I'll talk about it there.
No.
Come on. Keep going.
North Sydney Bears Noah Johansson sadly passed away at the age of
Yeah.
22.
Terrible.
And at this stage, his cause of death hasn't been released.
Yeah, terrible. Young fella. Like, had his full life out of him.
22.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Only pup. So much to give too.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Connor Tracy is reportedly set to agree to a 2-year extension with the Bulldogs.
Yeah, rightly so. You'd wrap him up even if, there is talk about Burton going back to 1. Mate, he hasn't put a foot wrong since,
Paddy Bird's not a 1.
well, yeah, time will tell where he goes.
Not really centre either.
No, well,
Well, he was at Penrith.
yeah, only because there's probably nowhere else to put him. And he excelled it there, he did, yeah. Anyway, time will tell.
Jack de Belin is reportedly suing the state of New South Wales for over $1 million, claiming the lies of a New South Wales police officer extended the length of his rape trial, which caused damages financially and mentally.
I can understand that, but also he did the dirty on his wife too, so.
Yeah, but that's not a
I
crime.
know, but yeah,
As disgusting as it is.
yeah,
But
but
$1 million, what is that going to get you these days?
It'd turn
Vindication.
into more than that.
I'll get you a couple of tanks of fuel.
It's about the size, isn't it?
The Dragons have reportedly signed Philip Sami on a 3-year deal from 2027 onwards.
Good signing.
Here we go, watch the steam. Mitch Kenny has been charged with a grade 2 dangerous contact for a hip drop tackle on Isaiah Iongi. He pled guilty and has been banned for 1 game.
All right. Very unfortunate for Iongi, like, to be out for that long. 100%. I feel for him. But there's got to be hip drop and accidents where your body just swings. Because you have a look at the Canterbury game. Who's that? What's his name with the stupid haircut?
Lloyd.
Yeah, Lloyd. What's his name?
Lloyd Galvin.
Lloyd Galvin.
Oh, Lloyd Christmas.
Yeah, he did the same to Pasami Solo.
Yeah.
Nothing. Not even a sighting. Now, Mitch Kenny.
Was Solo injured?
He was sore when he got.
Yeah, he got sore. And you could see, no, it was Matt Crocker.
He jumped.
He's like, straight away when it happened. But the point is, yes, I'll get old mates out for a while. It is terrible, honestly. But there's no difference between the 2 tackles, except for one got hurt more than the other. There was no intention from Mitch Kenny. 100% there wasn't. Any more than Lloyd Christmas. So how do you get one for 2 weeks, maybe no, it's been downgraded to 1, but not one for the other? My point is, I'll make from the Earls, 100% I fell for him. But now, the only people that are getting robbed from here are the fans of 2 top teams playing each other close to full strength this weekend.
What about Couchman?
Well, there's no one.
Well, look, honestly, Couchman's was more body weight on the leg. That, to me, the Mitch Kenny one, I don't even think that warranted a penalty, because if you actually watch it, his foot actually digs in as Mitch Kenny's sort of fallen. He doesn't actually put the weight down on his leg. Mitch Kenny's just making the tackle. His foot digs into that ground.
And that's what's caused
that's what kicks it in.
That's my point. I don't know why Penrith didn't contest it.
This is a conversation we have nearly every weekday, and honestly, it's this grey area.
Oh, I feel
rules.
sorry for Penrith.
It's the rules, the interpretation of the rules. There's too much grey in them.
Well, I feel
It's
for
not
the
black
Earls.
and white.
They've now lost a player for one of their most consistent.
Well, that's their second player they've lost
100%.
from the same sort of tackle. He's out, I think it was 8 weeks.
But I ask you this question
I hope
too.
that's not in there.
Where did Hopgood...
I think it was about
where
8
did
weeks.
Minimum, they said.
get hurt at? What stadium?
Well, that was at
Combat.
Combank, yeah.
Where did this bloke get hurt?
Combank.
Is it the ground? Has it got something to play with it?
Mate, Hopgood's was pretty ordinary.
Yeah, I know that.
But look, mate,
Which if it is, it's just an unfortunate...
it could be the boots they're wearing because they're
There you
wearing
go.
their long spikes.
You can understand if the ground's covered in potholes and dips and divots, but they're not like that.
No.
So you can't really blame the grounds.
No.
But that's where we've got to figure out why is this happening. Because you can't just keep blaming the players, like the tackling players, if it's like that. Like they're getting outed for something that was out of their control.
I think it's just, again, the players are at their peak performance. They're basically on the brink of breaking.
Sometimes
Simple
also
as that.
too, a player will tackle and their body will just swing. Well, not on purpose, but it's just physics and your body swings.
Does it? So what time in the
So how do you
game was
stop
that? What
I
time
was
was
just
how?
going to say the same thing.
'Cause
It
I
was just after
Half time.
Yeah.
So
So he wasn't
the
fatigued.
speed of the game.
Yeah. It's
Slow
Right,
down.
so does that then come back onto the NRL because they're pushing the game to be faster,
Oh, mate, they-
which is
110%
pushing the players
they're
to the
pushing.
brink.
Yeah,
And
they get
now-
more fatigue, so therefore they're making these
They're
little
making,
errors.
that's right.
And this is where these 6 agains need to go.
It needs to go
If-
back to what
if-
it was last season.
if
Last
it
season
was-
it was fine.
If it's more penalties than 6 agains ago, well, you've got that little stoppage in play where, they get the ball, they go to kick the touch. You've got that little bit of rest period.
Yeah.
Got to bring it back. Have to.
Well, those peanuts that are on the NRL don't see
Yeah.
that one, mate, unfortunately.
Oh, get us in there.
Faster the better. That's how they're looking at it.
I don't like it at all, mate. I like watching football that's just, the middles are bashing each other and then the ball's going wide and the speed's
But we go back to the
scoring tries,
whole,
mate.
if we don't stop, we're going to lose the big man. Well, I'll be shattered. I like that part of, your big man. That's...
Well, look at the kids now that are coming through, mate. 6'2", 6'4", When
6, 7.
120,
I was waiting for
yeah, like they're
And that's in primary school.
Yeah, pretty
bids.
much.
Yeah.
But that's the build they're coming through as now. You can put a lock into the front. Well, Tyson Brazil, mate. He's been an edge lock his whole career.
Yep.
And then they chuck him in the front row because it's no different to what it is.
100%. We could get going all night on that one, but I'll keep growing.
On the same subject, Isaiah Iongi suffered a syndesmosis in the hip drop tackle and looks set for a long stint on the sidelines.
I feel
Which you're
sorry.
saying-
About 8 weeks.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for him, but once again, you got to feel for Mitch Kenny. Like, it wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
Like, what can you do? These players are going to be scared to tackle. So.
Maybe he needs to try and change his tackling style because last year he did the same thing.
I think that was more just a side-on tackle when momentum took him. There wasn't much you could do with that one.
And the fans are the ones that have been robbed. Now, because you wanted a full-strength Penrith against Melbourne for this blockbuster, they're not.
Melbourne's not full strength.
Well, come to me, huh?
We don't like Melbourne, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
I'm not saying anything. This one made me giggle a little bit. The Sharks have officially signed Owen Trout from Lee Leopards on a 2-year deal from 2027 onwards.
Simple.
Small things.
You need to get...
Owen Trout. It's appropriate. He signed with a fish
Yeah, well, Jamin Salmon went there as well.
to the Sharks.
Someone Salmon, wasn't it? A
Moving
few
on.
years ago.
Went
Bloke
to
to
the
Salmon.
Dogs.
No, it was a Salmon that used to play for him. I don't think it was Jamin.
Silly
Paul
salmon.
Salmon.
Oh, it might have been Paul, wasn't it?
That was a long time ago, right?
A few years back now.
that was 90s, mate. That was when Adam Dykes and Paul Green and that were
Yeah,
playing.
see, I remember that. Call me David Middleton.
Like it was yesterday.
It seems like it.
Roger Tuivasa-Sheck has officially signed a 2-year deal with Wakefield Trinity in the Super League for the 2027 and 2028 season.
Come out of left foot.
That will help Trinity a lot.
Yeah, they only come up a couple of years ago from the championship, didn't
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Josh Adokar admits he is determined to play on as long as possible in his NRL career. I reckon I've got 4 or 5 years left in me. My body's feeling amazing at the moment. I'm doing everything I can to play consistent football, he said.
It's play a lot better on coke.
Yeah,
don't
look
know
at it all.
No,
I don't know about
injuries.
4 or 5 years. He's definitely still got a couple of seasons in him.
I'd
but
say 2,
I
but-
don't know. Yeah, I think 4 or 5 might be pushing it, but
How old is he?
30,
33.
32, something, yeah.
Yeah, I played ball against him, so he'll be 32.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you could probably go to 35, but I
Yeah,
wouldn't anything past that.
He's only going to be getting slower.
Well,
Like, and that's his
maybe.
biggest
Well, he's
asset.
got, he's
Like,
got
then
the quicker
again-
this season.
Put his phone
Yeah,
charger at
but-
the end of the field.
you give it another 3 years.
Yeah.
Body's
Yeah, put a phone charger at the other end. Phew.
But just imagine the tape he'll have by then.
Yeah.
The mummy.
he'll look like Petro Sivanasiva running out there.
yeah.
Sponsored by Scotch Guard. Is it
Elastoplast.
Guard? Something.
Scotch guard.
Scotch tape? I don't know. Scott's tape? I don't know. Some tape.
Elastoplast.
No,
Yeah, that'll do.
Look,
Thank
strapping
you,
tape.
Rock tape.
Scotch
Oh,
guard.
we
carpet
get them
cleaning.
all tonight, mate.
She's going to paint him.
There's your hamster.
At least it'll come off easy, mate.
Yeah.
Once the game's
At
over.
least
At
I
least
know
you won't get
Brian
stained.
At least I know Brian taught us not tie.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah,
true.
God,
That is the
me.
hamster's moment of the century, that one.
Deflection. See what I did there?
Fair
Yeah.
enough. We'll let you get one.
Reports indicate Selwyn Cobbo rejected a 5-year deal with the Dragons in the off-season. Whilst he was close to accepting the deal, it's understood the club could not give him any clarity about which position he might play.
I
He's
like
lost-
this
He's lost a lot of speed.
because he wants to go back to Brisbane, so he's backed himself in a 1-year deal to try and prove that to Brisbane that he's worth it. So I don't mind a player that's going to back him.
Yeah, true.
He's not in any good form at the moment, mate.
No, he's not.
Give him a few weeks. But
Yeah, but
He's not,
still.
but at least he's going, well, you know what, I can take the easy money, go to
I
the
would have took the
Dragons,
easy money.
or
What
I
was
can,
it, 4.3?
yeah, or
over
I can go
5
down the
years?
road, take a bit of a pay cut, and try and work my way back.
I would have took the easy money.
He's still a
So would I,
oh,
but-
mate, well, in all honesty, he's still only a young bloke.
Oh, yeah.
He's not over
I
the
like
any
his-
stretch.
Nowhere near as fit as he has been.
To be honest, I would have kept him over Ezra Mann at the Broncos, personally. Anyway,
If he could play 6, they probably would have, mate.
you just push someone else up over and...
The Broncos have confirmed their desire to invest into Suncorp Stadium and upgrade the stadium. It's really important for our members, fans and players to have a high-quality venue, said CEO David Donaghy.
They've got a pretty good stadium now.
Are the Queensland government not upgrading it for the Olympics? Or the...
They were talking about building another one, weren't they?
Well, they're
Is this
doing
just
that for the not Wacker, the Gabba.
Is it what, musical stadium? So whoever it lands on gets an upgrade.
I think they're
the
just
Olympics.
taking the piss since poor old
Canberra. Yeah, but as I said before, like,
stadium's falling apart.
Newcastle's just fallen down. Tigers haven't got much, but
Haven't they got a big deal coming up?
They got
Tigers?
rejected for a $16 million grandstand or something, wasn't it?
Oh, really?
The Leichhardt, yeah.
16 million, is that
Yeah.
all?
They won't get them much.
Yeah.
Worth more than their whole grand.
They'll get them a canteen.
They'll get a couple of those aluminium seats, but they won't be getting them from Capital.
Portaloo.
Scaffold it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
And lastly, Jock Madden's grandfather passed away in the lead up to the Warriors game, and he bravely opted to miss the funeral in order to prepare with his teammates. He played brilliantly and made his late grandfather very proud.
that's some balls.
He played a really good game. He played a very good game.
That's some
I'm sorry,
commitment.
but everything stops when...
I hope the Tigers repay him and give
It
him every
depends on
chance.
what his grandfather said to him in the lead up to
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely, mate.
You know, like,
Whether his grandfather would have just said, mate, listen, that's your job.
Mm.
You know, you've worked your whole life to get
His
to where you
grandfather might
want.
have been his biggest
and
fan.
Correct.
he's
Yeah.
been thereabouts for a few seasons. What's it been now? Four or 5 seasons, really. He's been fringing it.
If not more,
Yeah.
True.
What did he do? Juniors, straight to Tigers, out of Newcastle, then
up to Brisbane.
Yeah.
Brisbane for
So
a
it's
couple of
been,
years.
it's
He
probably
only
longer
got-
than that. And
Bit of a
he's just
journey, man.
ever been fringed.
Well, he only got 2 or 3 games out of Brisbane. He was playing Q Cup for the whole time he was up there.
See, that's
Right,
where Q
from-
Cup shouldn't be allowed. It should all be back reserve grade.
I think it's just more up that way, mate.
that sounds like a
Small-
them problem.
Yeah, because it's just there's not a lot of teams
They should,
that are like New South Wales. They
yeah,
don't
but they should have
that.
to travel with their first grade team. Their
Yeah,
reserve
no,
grade.
I get
back in
that.
the old days.
Yeah,
Too bad.
There's no money in it, right?
Yeah.
That's their problem. That's where sponsors come in, board. You know, it puts more bums and seats in grounds. Like if there's 3 games, you're going to go and watch 3 games at the game, aren't
you'd like to.
you?
I mean, they get good crowds up there anyway.
Yeah,
we
true.
don't get them down here.
Anyway, on that note, we're going to take a short break. That was the NRL news brought to you by Hip Pocket Workwear. We're going to take a short break and be back shortly. All right, guys, welcome back. And the first time for this year, we're doing a Zoom call to one of our favourites and good mate, John Hopoate. How are you, Hoppa?
Good, guys, and thank you for having me on.
No, always a pleasure to have you on, champion.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm happy. I don't get too many chances to go on Zooms. I don't have too many people like me, so...
No, not at all. Mate, I'm going to dive into a hard question for you straight away. What's going on with this bare knuckle fight with, is it happening?
I don't think so. We had to see how many people wanted it. And I don't think Lucas wanted to do it. He's retired, you know, because we did the call-outs and I rang him. He told me he was retired. He's actually a good bloke.
Mm.
You know, we don't need the money, but I wouldn't say no to money. I don't care if I go to sleep. I don't care if I go to sleep as long as I wake up and my bank balance is ticking. You know, when you've got so many bloody kids and grandkids, I'll take it up.
I had to ask that question because I had about at work today. I said, we had Hopper on, and every single person said, ask him if it's happening. Ask him if it's happening. So I've asked it. I've asked the hard questions. So it's over you guys now.
Oh, I'd love to have it. As I said, he's a good bloke.
Yeah.
But things he do, as I said, I'll jump. If the money was right, I don't mind going to sleep, as I said, as long as I wake up and my bank balance is ticking over.
I'm hearing you, mate. I've put the call out to Jake Paul and his team I'll take him on for that kind of money, but I don't hear anything
100%.
back.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you sleep for like 30 seconds and you wake up, you're sweet.
Way to make a dollar there.
Yeah, it's a hard way, but it's an easy way. Go to sleep for 30 seconds or a couple $1,000.
Yeah, be handy.
Everybody else.
A couple of tanks of diesel.
Oh, yeah, you get a couple of tanks of fuel out of it. That's about it.
There you go.
March, it's Marchy here, mate. How you going?
Good, mate, good.
Hey, just wondering, it's probably a tough one too. Proudest dad moment. Have you got a proudest dad moment? I know you've got a few to choose from, but
I think it's when my daughter debuted for Tonga. My son won the grand final. I've had a few kids debut, but watching my daughter wear the Tongan colours, that's my proudest moment. I think I had a little bit of tear in my eye when I was seeing her standing there in national anthem. That's probably my proudest moment. I'm proud of all my kids, but I'm more proud when my girls do something better than the boys.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
I must admit too, like we go to every football game we can, and we go to the Pacific Championship. That I won't miss it. That is by far my most favourite of the year, isn't it? Oh, we love it. Just all the Tongans and the Samoans and the New Zealanders, just the pride and the passion, mate. I love it. I start singing. Well, obviously I'm not Tongan on that, but by the end of the day, I am. I start to know their songs and all that. They are the nicest people. I love it. You will not see a Pacific Champions or whatever that we're not at. Am I right? Mm. It's absolutely amazing. And respect out to all those nationalities too, because there's no dramas in the crowd at all. Mm. Yeah. They're just so good. But sorry?
Mine's not really a question. It's just the first part is thank you for the birthday message for Schmidt last year. I loved it. Every time I look at it, I just giggle. And the second thing is keep doing you on Facebook because you're hilarious. I love it when people get offended. It's great. And your responses to them, they're brilliant.
100%. I'll second that too. Like I've had a few birthday messages over the year, but not just saying it because Hoppa's on here now, but by far that is my favourite one. And to be honest, man, it meant a lot. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, to your question about them getting back to all them people, now I'd like to do a TikTok where I can find all these trolls. I'd love to just go up and see what they say in my face instead of being a keyboard warrior. Mm-hmm. That's one of my biggest things I'd love to do if I could get a channel where I can find trolls online and just turn up to their house to see their reaction when you're in front of their face.
I mean, if you're offering to turn up to people's houses, if all I've got to do is be a troll, then I'll be a troll. You can come to my house.
I'm going to say I've got a big car we could use for transport as well, so we'll come for a drive.
I'll film it and we can sell it.
There goes the dog. Anyway.
So there's very few players around in the whole NRL that are recognised outside of their clubs. You're one of the ones that stands out, so it doesn't matter who you support. You're a name that's famous. How do you deal with all the fame when you go to places?
Well, it's just part and parcel. When you're a sports person, I never thought I was better than anyone. I'll give my time to everyone. I won't take no crap, but if someone be's a smart ass, they'll cop a slap. But, I give my time to people because, there's a lot of people that I was good to when I played footy, and I've been retired for over 20 years now, and these people are still good to me. I see some stars now, and people come up to ask for a signature, and they just walk straight past them. I can't do that. Mm. I can't do that, and I don't know where how these stars, maybe they get sick of it because they get it all the time, but they were once just like them.
100%.
And, that's big on me. I'm big on that with all my kids. If someone asks for a signature or asks for something, you got to give them time because you would not be where you are now without all these people supporting you, even if they like you or not, but they still cheer. So you got to give everyone your time.
100%. Couldn't agree with you more. And, mate, yeah, if you'd told me back 15 years ago that we'd be friends with John Hopoate, would have laughed at you. But, no. But the friends you make through football, it just shows it's more than a game.
It's a big family.
It's the friendships you make, and we've met a lot of people through footy, and I can go as far as saying, I'm not more prouder to be Hoppa's friend than any of them. You know what I mean? Like, we just, anytime we do message you, he's always got all the time in the world for you, and mate, the respect level is huge.
Yeah, I'm big on that, and I'm big on my kids to show respect. You show respect, respect's given back. I was a piece of crap when I played footy. People didn't like me. People still don't like me. But, I don't give a crap about that. As long as my family and my true friends like me, that's all I care about. Because all these people that hammer me, they don't pay my bills. They're not in my house. I don't give a crap. So
but
if they can give me crap, I'll give it straight back.
These people that want to troll you or say shit online, they don't know the rule, Hopper. They only know what they haven't sit down and spoke to him and, understand who. There's two sides to this person. Anyway, we'll get into some footy, mate. I'm going to ask you a question. Who's looking good for you this year to take it out?
Oh, the way the Panthers are playing, I can't see anyone beating them this year, the way they're playing. But a grand final's not won in March. Some teams start off slow, but then they come good towards the end of the year. But at the moment, I can't see anyone going past the Panthers.
Just send me your bank account details and I'll transfer you some money for saying that.
So there is hope for you, Marchy, after all.
Oh, yeah, hopefully there's a big corner that gets turned in a couple of weeks.
Parramatta supporter.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for you, mate. I was actually a Para supporter when I was a kid. Derek Grove was my idol when I was a kid. They had the best backline, Sterling, Zip Man.
They had great side.
Great side, but the good old days have never come back.
Nah, unfortunately.
Bit of sad times at Manly.
Yeah. They started off slow, and I understand where the club has come from and got rid of Seabot. I thought it was a bit hard on him. It was only 3 games. Ricky Stewart, back in, I think it was 2003 or 4, he lost the first 5 games. I think they ended up winning the comp, the Roosters. So, I thought it was a bit hard on poor old Siebes. I like Siebes. He actually can coach, and, maybe just didn't transfer onto the field, but I thought it was a bit hard on him for getting rid of him so early. But I'm happy with them anointing Kieran Foran. Manly's always gone good and won comps when a former Manly player has coached him. So I think it's a good call. And if they can get Matt Ballin in there somewhere, I think Manly will be back to where they were.
Yeah, I'm a big Kieran Foran fan too. I like the bloke. He's gone for a lot in life, he has too. And Guys, anyone else got
G'day, John. Mate, Jay here. Mate, my question was more, when you finished up a while back, was you ever sort of approached to help out in any way in, like, club form training-wise on coaching staff or anything like that, mate?
Yeah, well, Manly got me, and I was coaching SG Ball.
Yep.
But the NRL didn't want. They just didn't want me to coach at any level. They made it hard for me. They told Manly if John Hopoate coaches. Their excuse was because I worked for Johnny Brand.
Yep.
And working for him is no good for young kids who know that I work for Johnny Brand. He's going to be some underworld figure who's no good for people. But so I wasn't allowed to coach under 18s, but I was allowed to coach under 12s. I don't know how that works. So, but they told Manly, if I coach, you're going to fine me all the time. And Manly told them, the SG Ball's not under the NRL, that's under the New South Wales Rugby League.
Yeah.
And their response was, no, Manly's still under our banner. Manly's part of the NRL, so what we say goes. If every time John coaches, it's a $20,000 fine.
Yeah, wow.
So I had to relinquish my spots.
Wow.
And from then on, I just never got any gigs. But in saying that too, I've been asked to coach out in the country and stuff like that, but I'd rather coach my kids to make it than coaching other people. And I've been lucky enough that I've had 5 of my kids play NRL. So,
100%, mate. Credit to you and the wife.
That's a shame.
Yeah, to have those your kids go as well as they have. It's a credit to you and the wife. You've done an amazing job.
I bashed them a few times. My kids know, don't waste my time. I've got too many kids to watch. If I'm coming to watch you, you don't have to score 5, 6 tries. They don't just stand there doing nothing, because when the final whistle goes and the coach calls you, you'll get your personal whistle, and that'll tell you to go straight in the car. Don't worry about your team huddle. You're getting your personal huddle in the car. Then you come back. As I said, my kids knew just to get involved. As I said, I bashed them a few times. Maybe it's worked. Maybe that's why I got a couple of kids that play NRL.
I love it.
Yeah. Just on that, mate, which one of your boys did you clash with the most?
Well, I didn't clash with any of them, really. It's just, well, the one I think was my favourite of all my boys was Jamil, because he was exactly like me. He didn't take crap. But he was a ball player. But I think I liked him more because he was like me. The way he played, he didn't take crap on the field. Where Will will get, my older son will get punched all game and won't do anything. So that's his job. Yeah, that's his job. And man, I said to him one time, he was playing SG ball, and this guy was elbowing him and playing dirty, and he did nothing. So I said to him after the game, you got to do something, or he's going to keep on doing it. He said, it's okay, Dad, I'll just score tries on him, which he did. He scored 5 tries on his kid, but I went, okay, I better just your advice, because my advice didn't work too much. I got a most suspended player in NRL history, so maybe I'll listen to your advice.
I tell you what, but Lehi's, mate, there's not much of him, really. He's only a little fella, but I tell you what, he's got a heart as big as file up. Like, you see him every game with Manly, never puts a foot wrong, and, mate, absolute, pleasure to watch him, to be honest.
Well, he's always been skinny, so he's always had to fight above his weight, when he was playing. And lucky enough, he was strong. I don't know if he's scared of the players or more scared of me. But, I've been lucky enough. And he's been going all right. Just wish Manly were going good as well.
Yeah,
yeah, true. Yeah, that's good.
That's my all.
Mate, we won't keep you too long tonight. It was just a quick call to say good day and see how you're doing. And but we will get you on at a later date when you've got more time. I'll have a good in-depth chat with you. And when you come up to Newcastle next to watch the kids, we'll take you out for a feed out to the full throttle.
No worries, boys. Thank you for having me on. You can ask me anything. Why I fingered that bloke, why I elbowed that bloke. I know there's things people want to ask, but they're too scared to ask me. But I love giving the answers to questions. As I say, I fingered all these bloke, but I was trying to save lives. I was a prostate doctor, so prostate's the biggest killer for me, and that's all I was doing was raising awareness.
Don't even think about it.
We try to play doctors and nurses every night, but
I'm like a cat. I'll claw his eyes out if he comes near me.
But I will say, the other weeks it did happen, and I brought off air up the subject of. It was Angus Crichton. Remember when he put his thumb in old mate's backside? His drawers were down, and he put his thumb in old mate's backside. You could see it was on purpose. Nothing was said. But when you did it, you got out of for what, 15 weeks?
I got 12 weeks.
Yeah.
I got 12 weeks for that.
That's a joke, to be honest. Yeah. Anyway, I was filthy at that one.
I'd have to say more the flying elbow. When he came flying through, charging down, just like, mate, with that elbow.
Poor old Keith.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't argue back, did he?
Nah.
Mate, we appreciate your time, honestly, mate. It's a pleasure to have you on, and we'll catch you again soon, hopefully.
Thank you very much, guys. As I said, I'm more than happy to help out anytime you want. So just give me a buzz, and I'll be here.
We might take you up on that, get you on more often than not. You'll get sick of us soon.
No worries. Thank you very much for your time.
Pleasure, champion.
Take care.
All right, guys.
mate.
Have a good night, guys.
We'll
Cheers,
take a
thanks.
short
Bye.
break and we'll be back shortly. All right, guys, welcome back, and it's time for Marchy's Mailbag, brought to you by Maitland Bathroom Renovations. Apparently, they're good with bathtubs, I hear.
Bathtubs, yes.
Big enough for two.
Yes. Mark.
Easy question from Greg Templeton first. Who is the next coach to go?
Well, Seabold, and now I reckon it'll be Peyton. If,
Flanagan.
Oh, yeah, I'd say Flanagan.
ooh, yeah, that
Flanagan,
could be
I reckon,
another one.
yeah.
Depends. If the Cowboys, they won last week, but if things don't improve that way, it could be him, man.
I think I should just leave it alone.
Yeah, just give him a bit of a shot.
Honestly, like
You can't do it
I
mid-season.
know it's a business and I know all that, but like seriously,
Year to year, but
what happens? You start a new job, you're there for 12 months, and then you can't do your job for 3 weeks. Well, all right, I see, mate, out the door. We'll just go back to square one.
they don't do that with players.
No, exactly.
What's that?
That's the worst of it, mate.
And how much does it fall back onto the players?
100%. There's only so much a coach can do.
He can't run on the paddock for them.
Correct.
Number 2 from Shane Waru. Do you think the long-term plan is to play Galvin at 13 after he puts on a few more kilos and strengthens his defence? We've already seen his willingness to take on the line. He had 28 runs against Newcastle. This allows the Dogs to keep Burton at 6 while Wood steps into the 7 role. He's a ball-heavy player.
I still think Galvin's not first-grade material in my team.
Agreed.
He's not.
What about
Not at the
Luke?
moment.
From a Doggies fan?
Yeah.
I could see him at 13, but I think he's out at 6.
But he's not a fit out the Dogs. Like, there's better... Like, it showed on the weekend. I think. Like,
I think he's just not a fit with the rest of that spine.
yeah.
Something's going to change there, but
Maybe back at... Oh, no. Maybe back at the Tigers would have fit, but it's just not going to fit the Dogs.
28 runs is huge.
It is, but getting belted by side 30 was even better.
He did make 20-odd tackles too, I think.
Yeah.
So he's putting his body,
Yeah,
because he isn't big.
he's trying his hard. But
Yeah.
he's
He's tall, but
He's
he's
But
just-
those 28
not
runs, there was
creative.
there's nothing
There's
involved.
nothing there.
Yeah, but if you got 10 or 15 kilos extra on you, might be a bit of difference
Yeah, but then does he make 20 tackles?
No.
because of fitness.
Yeah, because of extra.
To be honest, he doesn't make my team. I'm not bagging him out. He's an
Yeah.
NRL player. He's better than me, but he just does not make my team. I think there's better. Oh, maybe a year at reserve grade or a few weeks in reserve grade might change something. Once again,
Well, let's
confidence.
hope in a couple of years, mate. Let's not,
That's it. He's still young.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
slow,
100%.
but
That's
hopefully in a
just
couple of
20.
years he thickens up a bit and just gets that.
Maybe he might be right at St George.
Maybe.
You also got to look.
You know what I mean?
What do they say? Playmakers, really understand the game at 28. So he's still got 8
they're
years
sort
to
of,
really.
Oh, I hope
Yeah,
the kid does make something of it, other than a career making movies. But
Yeah. Yeah, and bad Christmas. Lloyd
It's
Christmas.
pretty good movie, though. David Harris says, considering Kieran Foran has only recently retired as a player, do you feel that Manly should have appointed Jim Dimmick or Brett Morley as interim coach, given their previous experience?
no, I think they've done the right thing. Their respect level, and as we heard from Mr. Hopoate there before, excuse me, Manly players, when they coach, things get happen. So, never know.
I think having him coaching so soon since retiring actually will help because he understands how the game's played,
He's fresh.
understands the ins and outs, and
I just don't think-
I think he's just.
I think Kamali's not an answer. I think Kamali's
he's not a coach, mate.
he's a good assistant coach. That's as far
Then
as
you go Innes or someone that's...
Anus, yeah.
Well, he's
Oh.
also been floated as an option.
I honestly think give Foran the intro.
Yep.
Let him go. If he goes all right and Manly produce something, give him another shot. If he's going right and he wants it, let him have it. I rate the bloke. Anyway,
All right, Dan Birrell, strap in for this one. So I understand frustration and disappointment in a player's form, and as a fan often wish my club would change said player or drop them to get form. I even understand banter and sledging, but what should be done to fans that go past this? As we know, I'm a Dragons tragic, and what I saw on the Dragons page yesterday sickened me. Fans hoping Kyle Flanagan is seriously injured and has to retire, crippled, and one even said worse. Players and families shouldn't be subject to this. How do you think we could best control this, and what should be done to those that put this out there? On another note, while Kyle lay motionless on the ground, the broadcast station continued to show Shane. You could see he was distressed and shaken. Do you think they should have stopped showing this, or is he free game?
It's not free game. I think it's respectful just to get him off the camera. He's got a bit more to worry about than having his face thrown all over TV while his son's laying prone.
Could have went to an ad.
Yeah. And
They've done it before.
Well, most games, they pan away and do something else while someone's getting treated.
Yeah.
Especially serious.
Sideline commentator or something along those lines is always standing there looking for something to do.
Yeah.
To be honest, from a fan, I want to see what's going on to make sure the player's okay. But maybe from a distance, give them a little bit of space, or go down to a sideline commentator. They can say something, say what's going on. Or...
Well, the sideline commentator, there's always injured players there. They could just cruise up there and have a bit of a chat with an injured player, say, how's your recovery going?
Yeah.
Or
There's plenty of ways to fill 5 minutes.
If there's a sideline commentator, why can't they get on the field with the microphone, talk to a player on the team like when they're coming off at halftime?
Yep.
There's ways around.
And how do we manage the fans that are going a little bit beyond?
Out them.
Yeah, well, maybe there needs to be some kind of cyber...
Name and shame.
Yep.
Yeah, and they get them, and the NRL controls. Someone's employed, Mark, you're employed as the NRL, and they
Social
monitor
media.
all these social media, name and shame them. I know people are going to have fake accounts, but IP addresses, that Chase,
Yeah.
Go that far, and when you find them, their face goes up on a board out the front of each ground, if it's Dragons. And they're not allowed in either.
Yeah.
And name and shame them.
I just think it's
a
this
joke.
week, mate. Like
That's someone's kid. That's someone's,
these blokes
father.
are doing, these are professional athletes. Understandable. People pay to go and watch them play, and sometimes
We all get frustrated.
Fans don't like other players playing for certain clubs or whatnot. But mate,
Get over it.
there's worse things in life to be sitting there ragging on a poor bastard.
Yeah, like $3.19 for a tank of fuel.
Sitting on the lying motionless on the ground after being
I got cheap.
knocked out pretty quick. So yeah, I don't know. It's pretty ordinary.
Yeah, it is. It's
People
absolute
just need
joke.
to learn to pull their head in. It's plain and simple.
Absolute joke. But as I said, they wouldn't say it to their face.
Nah.
I mean, surely the club can investigate into it
Too hard basket.
and find. No, they can find who it is.
100% they could.
They
But
can find who it
they
is.
throw it in the too hard basket.
They need
That's
someone in there with, a bit of an idea of what they're doing, and they'll track it down pretty quickly.
Did he say it was on a fan page?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy to find then.
not- we won't tolerate it on our page.
And
No,
the
why
club
not?
should just ban them.
Yeah. Straight up.
Even towards other members, we won't tolerate it either because, especially the way the world is at the moment, people are going through enough,
There's no need for hate.
and their mental health is probably not the best as it is. Like struggling to put food on table, fill a car to get to work. That's the last thing they need.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There is an ad going around similar to that where in the UK where they pull up at people's houses and say, "Are you?" and whatever their username is, and they said, "Yeah, you said you couldn't beat this boxer." Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Then they open the back
I've
of the
seen
truck
that.
and the boxer comes out,
Yeah.
and so maybe Hoppa.
oh yeah.
Yeah, just employ Hopper to go
That could
around
be
and
a
find
new
them all.
gig.
Can I drive the truck?
Knock on the door. And,
Like Luke
What,
said,
the white
Luke will be the cameraman.
Yeah, we'll film it, make some money out of this shit.
Me
Yeah.
and March will be security.
He's on drinks.
We got Hopper with us. We won't need
He's on
much
drink.
security.
He's the water runner.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, me and Mark will be
I'll be
security
the
then.
co-pilot.
all right, Gordon Rowe says, "If you were coach of the Dragons, would you play Cade Reid this season?"
You mightn't have a choice.
Haven't seen much of his New South Wales Cup, to be fair, but I mean, he couldn't do much worse than what they're throwing out at the moment.
What was the young fella they put on that was playing? I can't pronounce his last
King
name.
Tongia.
Yeah. He done it right last year.
Yep.
He let him in. He said that it was going to take time for him to come
Cade
through.
Reed, he played
Oh, that's the little
trials.
Yeah, he played the trials. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why not? There's spots there now with Flanagan out.
But he's a 7. He's not a 6.
Yeah, but is Atkinson a 7?
That's well. Try it. What have they got to lose?
I'm not saying. Yeah, I'm not doubting that. But trials are different to
Yeah, it is.
proper game.
But who have the Dragons got this week?
We
Is it
spoke about
Cowboys?
this before,
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Throw them
I
in
think.
before
pretty sure
you
it is.
get down the track and you go, oh shit, we've got no other option, and now we're playing Penrith. It would be better to throw him in and give him
a couple of games. Yeah.
Well,
Fair enough.
I mean,
What can go wrong? Well, basically.
Yeah,
Well,
what are they
that's
going to do?
What do
Lose
you
another
know,
game?
they're struggling now.
no disrespect. Like if you're playing up against someone like, I mean this with all due respect,
Oh,
to-
here we go.
or if you're playing like a Parramatta that's not higher up in the ladder, the stress, I wouldn't say it's stress, but
Less pressure.
the pressure for the young kid is not as. Put him in now. Excuse me, against
You
the
can tell
Cowboys.
Newcastle's won a few games.
Stop
It's
it.
the only
Listen
time
to
we
him.
can
He
be
hasn't
chirpy.
stopped.
No. But I mean, like, put it in with the Cowboys because, you'd rather throw him in now with a lesser team or
Yeah.
against Newcastle.
A team that's in less form
Yeah.
than a team like Penrith.
Like, the kid would struggle.
Very diplomatic.
That's
isn't
pretty
he?
much any side, isn't it?
The kid would struggle mentally, I think.
He done well. I watched the trial that he played in, and I thought he done really well against the Roosters.
And then against the Knights.
But again, that wasn't full strength.
Well, the Knights were.
But so Manly's doing the same thing with Joey Walsh.
Yeah.
They won't play him because he's too young.
Well,
How old was Fittler?
Yep.
Sione
he was
Mateo.
17.
So,
Well, you've
so-
got to be 18 now, don't you?
Yeah.
well, you've got to be 18. Well, he's of
Unless
age.
you get
but-
an exemption.
If
But
you're good
why
enough,
aren't they giving him a run?
if you're good enough, you're old enough.
Well, if you're in that 30 squad,
That's right. Sione Mateo, how old was he? 17?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fittler, same age, something like that?
what about what's his name, young Joey, for Manly?
Yeah, Joey
Yeah,
Walsh.
Joey Walsh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They won't
Yeah.
start him because he's too young. They're
That's
saying
fine.
he's not ready
That
for it,
could
but
change.
he's there.
I watched him last year, mate.
And he played
a
well
couple
in
of
the
games
trials.
off the bench,
That could
mate.
change
He
with four in there.
didn't look out of place. He's a big unit. Like
Yep.
he holds his own.
Yep.
Anyway,
Sorry.
well, hopefully, sing out to Kyle Flanagan. Hope he's, everything's well.
Absolutely,
And,
mate.
I don't, we like aggression, but we never want to see anyone hurt, especially head like that. He was out for 5 minutes or something like
He was
that.
gone,
pretty
mate.
heavy.
I
He's gone
watched
for a
it.
long time.
As soon as he
Yeah.
hit that cheek, went straight into the side of his face, mate. He
But-
was gone.
And credit must go to Flano too. He held himself pretty professionally. Where, I mean, if that was my boy, I don't know if I could be so, or my
Yeah.
daughter, I don't know if I could be so professional.
I'll tell you one thing that we haven't spoken about is the players themselves. Like when he went down, like they were like, get someone on. Like
Yeah, good on 'em.
they
Yeah.
straight away.
Yeah, they were all over it.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's as much as we bag out the NRL, which they deserve. But a lot of the time now, these young blokes that are coming through, or even blokes that have been in the system for a while, they're starting
Yeah.
to understand that just
100%.
because you're playing against another team, if someone gets hurt, like
Yeah.
with Kyle, don't just stand there and hope. Trainers can't get on there quick enough. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
You
you
know
see,
what I mean?
see some of the trainers actually treating or getting in to help the other team straight away
Correct.
because they're closer. They get in
Yeah.
and
Oh,
start.
I did, mate. When Luke was playing, when Owie was playing at the Crushers, same thing. A lot of the older blokes couldn't get onto the field quick enough. I didn't care, mate. I'm still there to help anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's
Number 6. Hey guys, short question. One Smiddle won't need a pillow for Knights. No Ponga, no Brown, no worries. From Jason Gillette.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Might be a different story. Surely, God, we can't play as bad as we did the first home game this weekend.
Never say never, but it'd be nice to build and they play for each other, which is what we didn't see last season.
100%. And mining around, so
I don't like that.
Notoriously bad for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's,
I honestly,
it's not the mining thing, it's the
the jersey.
yeah.
They need to change that jersey, right?
Yeah.
Hear me out. We incorporate women in league and the mining round in one. You have high vis now in pink.
Correct.
So do the orange as the pink, and the blue leave the blue. So instead of the bright orange, it's the bright pink and blue.
I wouldn't have a problem with that. I think that would work really well.
They don't do women in league anymore, do they? Because they play.
They sort of
they still do.
But
do
it's
they?
not as...
But we could do it as a club, a women's appreciation round. Not just everyone in league, but just a, some kind of
I
acknowledgement.
like that, mate. I don't mind the pink with the blue in the high vis.
It'd be salmon, a bloke wearing. It'd be salmon. It wouldn't be pink.
Oh no, it would be
salmon.
it'd be fluoro pink like the high
I'd be
vis.
hot pink, mate. It wouldn't bother me.
I'd probably buy the jersey, to be
100%.
honest. It's better than the orange.
Yeah.
So would that free up a round for the Schmidt Foundation?
Oh, gotcha.
There's a team out there with
Why
a pink
don't you
jersey.
just make it the Schmidt round?
Why not?
Why don't you buy the pink jersey for said?
There's a
It's
not
pussy
pink
cat on
enough.
it, mate.
It is. It's quite pink.
No, it's not.
It
That's
is.
You're
salmon.
talking about Panthers.
Salmon.
He likes the pink jersey.
It's got the pussy, the pussy cat on it.
He wants fluoro pink.
Yeah, like the high vis
Hot
fluoro.
Hot salmon.
Hot jelly. Anyway, was that it?
That's it.
Marchy's Mailbag. Brought to you by Maitland Bathroom Renovations, and we're going to take a short break. We'll be back shortly. All right, guys, welcome back. It's time for Talking Schmidt. Talking Schmidt brought to you by Full Throttle Barbecue. Caller number one, who we got there?
We got Mark here.
G'day, Mark. How are you, champion?
I'm well, thank you.
What's your question for us, mate?
But more of a, not really a question, more of a topic. Given the current fuel situation, how it's affecting junior rugby league,
Yeah.
especially out my way out the west. I'm talking to a few people out here at the moment, and look, they're looking like either condensing or just not running junior rugby league.
Well, I can understand it, but it's sad for families and the kids to have to not have that. But I get, what do you do? If you can't afford it, you can't afford it.
Well, it seems to be the longer this goes on, the more COVID type restrictions we're going to be looking at anyhow. So from what the government's coming up with, which seems to be very COVID-like, we won't be having any games anyhow.
Yeah, it's like family, good family friends of mine had to go to Dubbo, which is probably 4 hours away from me right here, on the weekend for junior reps, and round trip for them, just lining fuel, they were looking at like $500.
Yeah, something's got to change. Like, seriously,
Yeah,
Trump's got
it's
to
just-
wake up to himself.
It's got to be a situation where we're, I think Albo needs to wake up to himself as well. Like, it's sure he's halved the fuel excise, but how long's the fuel going to last? The way it's currently going.
Don't get me started on him, mate.
Yeah,
Seriously.
we'll leave that one alone because they come out and said today about that fuel excise. Well, we're not going to start that until these tanks that they've got at the surveys are empty. Well, they didn't put it up fast enough when they said the prices were going up, and I'm pretty sure it was the same old fuel they had.
Well, I'll tell you now, right in my hometown, $3.45.9 for diesel.
Yeah, it's pretty steep.
God.
We're about 320-ish,
Average
320,
about
23 or
315
something
now.
there.
Some of the
Yeah,
places.
well, this has been cancelled for me. I can't go see my grandkids over at Bateman's Bay because it'll cost me, probably that same amount, $500.
Yeah, I
down
put
back.
$50 in the SS the other day. Oh, that's a good 18 litres.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Get you home.
Yeah, it's wrong, but
Yeah,
yeah,
no, it's a shame, mate. That's for sure.
About $150 a Sydney and back the other night.
it's just wrong.
Well, I got a heap of merchandise that was stuck in to do with the war. The war's affecting everyone. It was stuck in, what do you call it? Customs for weeks. And I was hoping, there might have been a bag of Coke or something there. I could have swapped it for a tank of fuel when I got it.
Yeah, well, maybe that might be. I think the diesel will be worth more than the buddy.
Probably.
Yeah.
True.
Mate, something's got to give. Like, just one
Absolutely.
bloke has affected the world. And sorry, but our leader is too much of a pussy and won't do anything. And
100%.
just, it's okay for him to fly in his private jet the other day. Where'd he go?
Yeah.
Somewhere. But
God knows.
if this Muppet gets back in next year, you can tell that the whole
Australia's gone.
Australia is rigged. The voting is rigged.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, have to be.
Vote one, vote Schmidt. I'll go for the job.
Sweet. Kylie like that, first lady person.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Cure Billy House.
He just doesn't stop as it is. Like, we need more on his plate.
Yeah, well.
It's just life, mate.
But he can sponsor the podcast then.
Yeah. But that's my goal in life, is to make a difference for people in life. And
You've made a difference to my life. Is that not enough?
oh yeah, I make a difference to you. You are every night. But no, but that's just me. That's just who I am. I like to help people, and
100%.
I want to be remembered for someone that tried for my family and tried for better for the. That's just I want to make a difference, and these people just want to help themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just too much lining of pockets.
Yeah, that's it, mate.
Yeah, my pockets have got holes in them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, it's unfortunate.
Anyway, mate, appreciate your call. Great question.
No worries, guys.
And
Good luck with it all.
yeah,
Anyway.
good luck with it, mate. Keep us posted, and
Yeah,
And
will do.
we'll talk to you next week. I understand you want to call in again?
Yeah, I'm happy to do so.
Yeah, nice.
all right.
We'll have a guest
Then
from New
I'll
Zealand.
hit the second topic.
Oh yeah, we got a guest from across the ditch.
Oh, yeah, Scotty's coming in, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
That'll be good. That'll be good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right, champion. Appreciate your call, and enjoy the rest of the show.
No worries. Have a good night, guys.
Thanks,
You too.
mate.
Take care.
Cheers.
No worries. Bye.
All right, guys. Time for caller number 2. Who we got there?
You got Pete and Matt.
Hey, g'day. How are you, champions?
Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. We just had it can only be described as a shit meal for dinner.
You can only do it every few days. You can't have it 7 days in a row. You die.
Chunky, what was it? Chunky beef and veg.
Hot.
We still
I don't
talking about dinner, or
Some can crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't-
Unfortunately.
We don't know anymore.
Which one's chunky and which one's beef?
Hey, it had no beef in it.
He bought the vegetarian special.
I bought a chicken and corn soup in a bag, and when I got it out of the saddle bag, it was already cooked. It had been cooked on the exhaust.
kill
I
two
thought
birds with
I-
one stone.
I thought I won't eat that.
Yeah, only because it had been cooked like 5 days ago, probably.
Yeah.
So you did a challenge yesterday.
Yeah, we did. Well,
No,
I did.
we-
Yeah,
he-
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, they tried to get me to do it, but I got brains, so we got him to do it.
I knew they were stitching me up, but I'm a life member of a Silverton pub now,
And you
so,
can't say what it is.
and I can't even say what it is because
It's a big secret.
it's been going since '87,
Yep.
and they didn't want us to film it or anything like that because people will come in and they know what's going on.
Yeah, then they won't be able to get a
And then
certificate.
They won't be able to get a certificate like me as a life member of the pub.
Yeah, fair enough.
I've never been a life member of anything.
What do you get as a life member of the pub? Anything?
Yeah, I didn't even get a free beer, and we've
certificate,
got
mate.
3 rooms. Yeah, that's about it. It's
They
probably burnt too, I reckon.
Yeah, they got
I'll
new
tell you what,
owners.
I'll make you life members of the podcast family, and we'll give you a shirt now.
Second one, you can have a second shirt.
A second shirt.
I'm not gonna
How's
like
your
what you have
trip?
to do for it.
Pink one.
Yeah, no, I don't think I want to if we've got to do anything for you guys. Like,
No,
Yeah,
it's not us.
I'm
it's only
sure
Chris.
you'll come up with
I
something.
mean, apart from the crazy lady, the rest of you guys are pretty reckless, I reckon.
What about Chris?
What about Simon?
Oh, yeah. Well, have you caught up with
here
Simon
we
on the way home?
Yeah, he's had him on the podcast, just listening to him on loop.
Yeah, well, you blokes are back next week.
Yeah.
I will get you in if you're free.
Yep.
Yeah, mate, we're awake.
So if you're listening out there, Simon, we'll have the 2 boys in. So feel free to call in next week, Simon.
Oh, yeah, that'd be wonderful. Can't wait.
Yeah. How's your trip been, crazy lady?
Yeah, how's your trip been?
Oh, it's been great. It's nice to live through you guys.
Yeah, right.
It's good. It's
You
good.
should be on our side of the fence, though. You probably wouldn't
Tell
say
you what, I'll tell you one advantage you got. It's a shitload cheaper the way you're doing it than the way we're doing it.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Although,
You probably couldn't
Is
pick the
Marchy-
worst time.
Yeah. Thanks, Captain Obvious. Hey, is Marchy there tonight?
Yeah, I'm here, mate. I'm here.
Oh, that's good because
I've seen the plugs we've been giving you.
I tell you what, this fuel bill, you didn't give us a card before you went away, so the fuel bill is astronomical. And, I mean, I don't know if you're still going to be in business once we give you these receipts, but anyway, we appreciate the support.
No, that's all
And
right,
we're still waiting for that check to clear. Apparently it's bounced.
What check? Give you a check. I think that was an appearance fee.
Wasn't my signature
Didn't
on
you
it.
tell him just to hold off? And
No, I didn't say it was your signature.
Yeah, send me the bill in a couple of months.
Yeah, www.Simon Enterprises.
Yeah.
I thought the check was for an appearance fee.
Don't know what it's for anymore.
We'll see
We're
what
going to use it for fuel.
Hey, we get appearance fees every week, mate. It's called beer.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing but the best full throttle pale ale. I tell you what, I was not a big beer drinker until I started drinking that. And now,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
So you're blaming full throttle.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, blame the sponsor for you being an alcoholic.
oh no! I'm not blaming. I'm thanking him. That's
Well,
delicious.
I'd rather him blame Full Throttle than his wife.
Well, I hear she's a real. Oh, no, I won't say that. That's her, isn't it?
Yeah, that's her.
Not for long.
It's been good. Been a good trip. It's good. It's going to be good to get home tomorrow, though.
So he's arriving home tomorrow.
Yeah, we're in Nyngan tonight, camp by the river, and we're just going to ride in the last 550 tomorrow.
Last night of spooning.
Yeah, last night of spooning. We're just about every place we've gone to today. Everybody say, how's it going? Oh, we hate each other. It's going to take a while to get over it.
There's nothing like your own bed, but when you climb into that.
Especially when there's someone in it.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Is that Simon?
Yeah, Simon's waiting home for it. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So today was
to be honest,
tough day.
It'll be good to catch up with you blokes and hear some stories and just have a beer and
chill out.
I'll
sounds good.
Next week, so just hold that bill.
Oh, no, here we go.
We'll just keep adding to it. We'll
Here we
get
go.
it back.
How's his form, eh? He knows. We're not interested. We're flaming. He knows we're coming in, and he's done a runner.
No,
we'll just keep adding to the bill.
Organised a while ago, and it was only.
I'll tell you what.
I found out. So
we've been giving your company a plug. We're going to bankrupt you by next Tuesday.
That's it.
We've got at least 4 followers online. Like we can do some damage, you know.
Yeah, you've got half a bathroom to finish,
Chris.
You've got a bath to put in, mate. We got your job.
Well, mate, he's next Tuesday. We'll love to have you in the studio.
No worries. Come in.
Yeah, but I'll catch up with you guys.
Maybe drive your car in, eh?
Yeah, maybe. Give you a yell on.
There we go.
There's an idea.
Might give you a yell on Thursday or something and catch up with you guys. Got something for you and Mick out there. So something out there at Full Throttle on Saturday. You guys are involved with as well.
Talk to me. They had a raffle, Easter raffles out there, and all the proceeds are getting donated to Talk to Me Bro, which is men's mental health
100%.
around Newcastle.
Yep.
So I'm mates with the CEO, and he's not sure if he can make it, so he wants me to go out and be the representative and just present the prizes and just thank Full Throttle for it and all that sort of jargon, you know. Speak a bit of crash and we'll be all good.
You'll be right. You're onto it.
That's Bradman Bess.
Yeah, he's involved with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's involved with that. Yeah,
he
is. Yeah.
Who's he?
Oh, there we go. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Everyone knows who he is.
He's been taking notes all the way home. So when he comes in, he actually doesn't look like an idiot and he might know something.
I got away with it last time. As long as someone else talks first and I can just use their material, I'm good.
It's quite embarrassing when he's sitting there watching the footy game and he knows nothing.
We'll have to take him to one of the games one day down in Newcastle.
Yeah. Well, I'm probably going to go in on Sunday because Piney from Piney's Pie Review.
Yeah.
He's a mate of the Ranchers as well, and he's coming up on Sunday. He manages 2 reserve graders.
Okay.
For Canberra. So he's coming up. We're going to catch up with him Sunday morning, and I might go in Sunday if he can squeeze me a ticket. We'll see how we go.
Give us a yell if you go down. We'll catch up at the game.
Get in the shit.
He is going down?
Oh, we'll never miss it.
Yeah. It'd be good. It'd be good if we can. I wouldn't mind paying because I'll win anyway. How was it? Knocking the Bulldogs over?
How good was it?
Oh, yeah. Never in any doubt, will we?
We don't want to talk about it.
No, never in any doubt. I just opened my phone up because we were riding and I opened it. I went, holy shit, we're winning.
We had to sit at the border for the last 12 minutes of the game.
Yeah, so I went, I'm not leaving now. I'm waiting for the next. It was 18 minutes to go. I said, no, I'm watching on my phone. I'm not going anywhere.
Hopefully we can continue that form this weekend. But
yeah, look, I think they've probably surprised a lot of people. We've having their gun people out. And then have you heard about what was the young fellow from Cessnock? He hurt his knee again? Did he hurt his Sharp? Did he hurt his knee again?
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, he's all right.
He's all right?
Yeah,
Just sore
they
now.
breed tough in Curry at Cessnock, you know.
Yeah, they do. we actually met a girl.
He's from
We met
Cessnock.
this weekend.
Sorry?
He's included this weekend, apparently.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
he'll be right, yeah.
Well,
Anyway, guys,
he's trying to get off the phone. Right, no worries.
Get off the phone, we idiots.
All you got to do is say get off the phone, mate. We'll understand.
You sound like an old married couple.
Yeah, what is it?
Who?
Back me out.
Yeah.
George and
Used
Mildred.
I was going to say George and Mildred in the sidecar, but
Bill and Ben.
Bill and
Yeah, the
Ben,
flower pot man.
Aren't they the
Oh.
flower
Bill
pot
and
man?
Ted's
Yeah.
excellent adventure.
Yeah, that's the ones. That's the ones. Yeah.
friends with Simon. Yeah.
Andrew Simon. Bill and Ben and Simon.
I'll talk to you guys in the next
Right.
couple of days anyway, and we'll catch
No
up.
worries.
soon.
All right.
Good to
See you guys.
Glad to hear from you.
Take it easy.
Have a good Easter.
Cut
See
them
you.
so-
Bye.
Oh, they're gone.
Go back up.
Oh, we could talk all night, but we got caller number 3. Time for caller number 3. Who we got?
Hi, I'm Neil.
G'day, Neil. How are you, champion?
Yeah, doing all right. South's had the bye. That was an easy 2 points. So,
Take it how you can get it, eh?
yeah, well, I remember the days when it was at least some points we could count on, but, hopefully moved on a bit since then. So, looking good this year.
Yeah, no, hopefully things will change for sure. What's the question, man?
yeah.
Sorry?
Well, look, I've got something that's a little bit, I suppose, comparing to other games. So I like other codes of football and, soccer in particular. And one of the big things, obviously, is in the role of a linesman there is ruling offside. So I wondered why rugby league cannot give the same power to we call them touch judges, I suppose. Because they just rule on goals and, the ball being kicked out sort of thing from a penalty or, going for touch. That if they kept the defensive line onside, and then we wouldn't see a lot of the old walk ball of umbrella-style defence with the wings creeping in and therefore hemming a lot of the play in the centre. If the linesman, kept them onside and raised their flag the same way that a linesman in soccer does when they're offside, I reckon we'd see a lot more open play. And
I think the linesmen really need to get in and are they too scared to say anything?
The linesman's job was always that, to keep the 10 metres. Well, back in the day, it used to be 5 metres when I was refereeing, but the referees and the touch judges are supposed to work as a team on that. And for some unknown reason, the touch judges don't have a role these days. You never see a touch judge put a flag up, run onto the field, report and anything, high tackles. It all goes back to the video now. Everything's done by video. The whole game's run by that one bloke in the bunker.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous the way they do it. Like, these blokes are seeing all these plays. They're seeing the forward passes. They're seeing all that, but they don't call it.
No.
It's left to the bunker. And I think that's where the game's gone now. And that's, for me, the touch judges are basically not even there for any other reason than, like you say, to put the flag up after a goal's kick.
Yeah, 100%.
Pretty much.
100%. They should be included more, but, they just don't want to do it.
No.
If you come out
well, Yeah, I mean, like, it'd be really, interesting to put it to whoever the authorities are regarding, well, why can't we, because, like in football, like it's like if your big noses, we are judged to be VAR, then bring in the video and everything like that, and they're ruled offside. But it would just mean much more open play, and if that was the rule, and then just put your flag up, well, that's just straight away. 100%. That's a penalty. So
there's so much they could change, but they won't. Yeah, but you're right. You're dead right, mate. They should get more involved, but yeah. It's destroying the game. But thanks for your call, champion. Appreciate your question, and hopefully that answered it for you. Yeah.
And go the Bunnies on Friday. Good Friday.
Love to.
All right, guys.
Thanks, champion.
Take care.
Thanks, mate. Cheers. Bye.
Bye, mate. All right, guys, that's Talking Schmidt for this week, brought to you by Full Throttle Barbecue. We're going to take a short break and be back shortly.
Someone called my eye.
Anyway, welcome back, guys. Time for What Caught My Eye. What Caught My Eye, brought to you by Scott Hunter Prime Meats. And how you going with him? Getting him on yet, or?
I've got no chance, apparently.
Yeah.
He's too shy.
What if we sent Simon around?
He might like that.
Probably not. Anyway, what caught my eye? I'll start because we're here.
Rude.
Okay, you can start, lady sirs.
No.
No, you've done it now.
No.
Signs held up towards DCE, first of all. Do they know that they're both birds?
Yeah. Talking about Manly supporters.
Technical difficulties, it's not there.
And second of all, it's pretty savage, eh? Yeah. My second one was the NRL giving Jesse McLean's brothers his daily M points. He got 4 points and he didn't even play.
He's done well. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Clever boy.
Yeah.
Flash that score up, didn't you?
No, actually, I wasn't.
Yeah,
looking.
you did.
Well, now that you mention it.
What was the result?
Yeah, who won?
Isaiah wasn't on when they scored most of their points, just so you know.
Yeah. Anywho.
Go.
You can go now.
Carry on.
Oh, come on. Okay, most tries after 4 rounds is Thomas Jenkins. With 10.
Just keeps doing it, doesn't he?
Like, couldn't get a start in reserve grade Newcastle. Goes back to Penrith. Kills it. Leading try scorer. Man.
If he gets 2 more this week, it's outright. Because he's equal on 10. But I think if he gets 2 more this week, it's in rare air.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, sure.
Who are you playing this week? Storm.
Yeah.
Be a tough one.
Good on him. Good on the blood nut, honestly.
There you go. Well.
Yeah. I hope he goes even further. Anyway.
And my last one is there is currently, this is local news, a fundraiser has been launched to support a Hinton man who suffered a brain bleed weeks after combining his wedding with the Newcastle Knights season opening match in Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible, though.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah, here I go again. When I hear this shit, I think, what can we do? Maybe it's our first live show. If they want to get in contact with us, anyone out there, we might be able to do something out the ranch. Yeah, give us a bit of info. See what we can do. Might be able to do some kind of live show and auction again and get a few dollars towards them, because that's a terrible thing. And, Marchy and Kylie, as you know, we went with Kylie's uncle. So, yeah. We got any info on the young fella?
I do. I've got info on my work computer.
Yeah, right. We might put it out there and see what we can do anyway. See what we can.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, we'll do something for him anyway, somehow, and get something for him. But yeah, that's terrible. Marchy.
My first one with the storm down there at 4 Pines the other day. Old mate with the broom sweeping the water off the field. I thought it was quite special. The field was like absolutely saturated, and here's old matey out there on his lonesome with his broom, just pushing a bit of water around.
Yeah, in his defence, he put in a better effort than Manly did.
Well,
But you got to think those speakers are ruined.
Oh, yeah, that whole drum kit and everything gets gone.
Like, why didn't someone, as soon as it started, just throw a tarp or something over it?
Manly jerseys.
they're not waterproof,
There could have
mate.
been something
Surely
there.
there was enough staff there, they could have just grabbed it and ran it
Well-
undercover. Like, they would have known it was coming.
That's
Yeah.
right. You could even see it coming. Oh.
Don't.
I'm not going.
Yeah,
This is when I was driving back from Sydney too, and the speed cameras and the warning signs of the freeway were all out. So it
So you just kept
absolutely-
going?
Yeah, that means open, right? But it just wiped out the whole area.
Oh, wow.
Like bang.
It was pretty horrific, eh? I'm surprised that it went away to play. Anyway.
And my second one, a 73-year-old man by the name of Jeff Stirl played a game of footy at the Windale Masters for West Wallsend Magpies. We got to play it with his son on the weekend. 73, still plugging away, playing the game he loves, obviously, and good to see.
Set him up for a try.
Yeah,
Good on him.
yep. It's you don't often see stuff like I do know a couple of blokes that are in the local comp that are pushing the boundaries with their bodies, but they're still going.
Wow, that's crazy.
46, 47-year-old fella still running around in the local comp. And you know a couple of boys out your way as well doing the same thing. But, yeah, 73 is a bit different.
Jimmy Abbott.
He don't look that old.
Doesn't at all, does he?
54, I think he was when he pulled the pin.
Yeah, righto.
To be honest, with all due respect,
Uh-oh.
the older fella looks younger than the other one. Doesn't he?
He sort of does.
He
doesn't
does, he's doing well.
Yeah.
So good on him. That's
Yeah, he's obviously fit. I mean, he doesn't. He
Did
doesn't
you
look
like
like
that
a
straight away?
slouch.
They had 4 teams down there that day.
Yeah, righto.
No,
Windar, Westy, Cardiff, I think, might have been one.
Yeah, okay.
I mean that, it's a
You've
compliment
said
to
it.
him.
You
So
can't take it back. You've said it. It's
No, it's-
out there into the universe.
it's a compliment.
You
It can
can't
be.
help.
Can be edited out.
No, I mean it as a compliment to
Yeah,
him.
yeah. No, he does.
He's still
Yeah.
well
Compliment
for his
to him, an insult to his son.
Well, you know, his son might be 20 years younger than him.
Still an insult.
Yeah, thank you.
age. Thanks, Marchy.
I was trying to help.
Dig it
No,
deeper.
well done, Jeff. Congratulations, mate. Good to see you still going around, mate.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Jay? Oh, Luke. We'll go Luke then. Sorry.
I didn't really get to see much over the weekend, but did anyone see the back of the Titans jerseys?
No.
No.
Hannah written across the back of it. Just so happens that their major sponsors are Hannah Law Firm. Thought
Oh,
that was a bit
Yeah, righto.
just a bit ironic that their coach is now
yeah, wow.
Hannah.
True.
Obviously, nothing, no connection at all. But
Coincidental.
Yeah, and it's not a common name.
pretty funny.
When you
That's
bring
not
that up
Smith.
too, it was I watched the game the other week, and Cronulla's actually sponsored by Aramex, and they didn't deliver on the field either.
Oh,
How corny was that? But they actually sponsored
Well,
by Aramex.
Are we on
Well,
joke
while
section now?
while we're doing stuff like that, if Manly lose this weekend, they'll be 4-0.
And playing at 4 Pines.
4-0.
Kieran
He hasn't
Foran.
got it
Yeah,
yet.
I
Going
did.
forward.
He only thinks his jokes are funny.
Yeah.
No. No.
yes, Mr. Tractor.
I got to say that again the other day. I got to tell someone that the other day. Where was that at?
Wow.
Here,
No, somewhere else.
Yeah,
too,
3
but-
times.
anyone that will listen.
Before the show, during the show, and after the show.
The mailman, the guy down the street holding the lollipop sign.
Out the window in the car.
Not yet, but now I will.
The cat.
The cat thinks I'm funny.
Uh,
Jay?
I sometimes do, mate.
Yeah, that's AJ, does he gets paid tonight.
This was a doozy. I thought this was pretty funny. Unfortunate for the young bloke, but
Think juicy.
yeah.
What was
He
he
beat
doing?
himself.
He's hurting bad.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't really even look like Goosey.
No.
It just looked like
No.
he stood in a pothole.
No,
It's
it
like
looked
he
like
went to
someone.
jump over wire or something.
Yeah.
You know when those people steal the bikes and they got the chain on them. It's a set-up bike.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
Off. Yeah.
Got shot.
How
I'm
many
not convinced
goosies
he
do you
needs to
see?
step either. Look at the size of him. Then look at the size of the kid that was trying to tackle him. I don't think you need to step at all.
It's like,
How many times? How many times have you seen a goosey? Like you don't see him anymore.
I could
It's like a feather.
I'm not really
Keep
sure
watching
who
that.
actually, when you hit the goosey a little too hard, it wasn't even a goose. He just jumped.
It just went
It
wrong.
just went for a little
I'm sorry. I'm not ripping kids off. I don't do that, but I'm gonna.
But there's a but.
But this is something out of the paranormal universe. Like,
That's
has
just
someone shot him with an arrow or
mate,
something?
That's a pothole.
I tell you what,
Honestly.
those spectators there are doing well to keep it together.
Oh,
He held the ball though,
Oh, that's just
which is
That's going to hurt. That's going to do some.
Absolutely.
That's going to hurt his
Yeah.
pride more than
Oh,
anything.
yeah.
It looks a bit like Raymond Terrace and West Wall's End, mate. So,
Does a bit, eh?
a bit of a local game, but yeah.
If anyone knows this poor kid, let us know. We'll send him a shirt if he's a local dude.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, you hurt yourself. Here, have a shirt.
Yeah, well, you know.
We laughed at you.
Yeah, well, do it again, you get a pair of shorts.
A little bit funny.
Anyway,
Oh, that's what it is.
is that yours?
That was mine, mate.
Phoenix Crossland unfortunately got his head in the wrong spot during the game. Went off instant swelling to a point. He came back on, tackled his heart out. Didn't do any runs, but geez, he got in there and put his body on the line. But with his hair, he kind of looked a little bit like Grug afterwards.
Yes. I was trying to think what it was. Yes, it's Grug. Or that dude off Sesame Street.
Or the Avatar.
Yes.
There was that comment that got
Paint him blue.
floated around.
He
Paint
did
blue.
it himself, mate. He put it on his
We had
own
a-
Instagram
I-
and took the piece out of himself.
I must admit, when we knew he was all right, or even before we knew he was all right, we did have a little giggle, didn't we?
Yeah, we'll leave that. That's coming up.
Yeah,
okay.
I thought he had tape on, but then you get to the close up and no,
That's
his
like,
nose took half his
that's
face.
next level, isn't it?
It's a fair swelling, isn't it?
It is instantaneous.
Very painful.
Is he
Very
named
much
this
so.
week? 'Cause that's
Yep. He's
Yeah.
named.
Yeah, it's only a nose, mate.
No.
yeah, I get that, but
Bit of
that's got
headgear
to
on
affect
back
his
to front.
breathing.
Oh, of course it would, mate.
Bit of headgear on
Absolutely.
back to front, he'd be right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Reset it and he was fine.
Oh, mate.
Anyway, that's what caught my eye for this week. Brought to you by Scott's Hunter Pro and Butchery. Yeah, time for Player of the Round. Player of the Round brought to you by... I can't even say it. Player of the Round brought to you by Kogan Haulage Contractors.
Player.
Dom Young. Or as Simon says, Dom Yum. Scored a hat-trick, one try. A hat-trick with one intercept, 19 runs with 269 metres gained, 25 post-contact metres, 1 line break, 7 tackle breaks, and there could have been a few people I could have mentioned from that game. So I will give a special mention to Jacob Saifidi. I've played probably his best game in a number of years, to be honest. 12 runs with 138 metres gained, 53 post-contact metres, 5 tackle breaks, 10 hit-ups, 35 tackles made with only 2 miss, and the guy was on a mission. He had some mongrel in him, and, well, yeah, asked Lockie Allen.
That was a good shot, that.
You could hear it. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Oh, that was gold.
It was a cracker.
But to be fair, 6 years under O'Brien. What was it? First year he made State of Origin. After that, went to Butter. Now, new coach in. Probably razzed him. Bit like Flano gave to old mate down the Dragons. He's probably the shittest forward ever. Not saying Jacob is, but it's almost like he's,
He's took on that role.
taking that second wind in, going like, righto.
Well, he's also the captain at times now.
Yeah.
He leads them out. So
Well,
maybe
captain
that,
on the weekend, wasn't
Yeah.
He's stand-in captain.
So maybe
Kalen's out.
you want this, you got to step up.
Yeah,
Good on him.
no, good on him, mate. I'm good to see that he's back in a bit of form. And
True. Kylie.
Not Marchy over here laughing at the way I've... Mark, now I won't say it properly because you've disturbed me. Nwanga Quintawase, 2 tries scored, 2 tackle breaks, 1 hit up, 2 line breaks, 90 post contact metres and 24 runs with 229 metres gained.
Had a big game.
It's a big name.
Yeah, it is. It is. He's been a little bit quieter this season, I think.
Yes.
But yeah, he did play well the other night.
A big season, then jumped straight into the Ashes. So,
and it's hard to being a winger. Like, you're relying on your inside blokes to get you the ball half the time. So
I know Roosters are signing Ruben Garrick next year, but I still don't think that's as. I do rate Ruben. In his day, he's a good player, but he's not going to fill that hole.
Nah. Safe, but yeah, he just hasn't got the explosiveness.
Marchy.
Spoke about him earlier. Arama Howe is mine this week. 2 tries, including the match-winning try with a 50-metre run. He had 8 tackle breaks, 2 line breaks, played the full 80 minutes, scored 10 runs for 163 metres, 32 tackles. He had 1 error. There's been a bit of talk about him too, being compared to Fafita. He's got similar style.
I'd say that's a big call, but it's not.
He's only
really
young, this fella.
Fafita's nothing new.
Well, in his day.
In his day, yeah.
He was, but yeah, this bloke's got a big future coming, I think, and he's 6 games in, I think, with 6 or 7 first grade games under his belt. He's only going to get better. 6 or 7.
He comes from nowhere too.
We're going to make a rule next week.
Yep.
No, when you come back.
Yeah, okay.
Every time you say 6, 7, you got to have a mouthful of beer.
6, 7. 6, 7. Wrong call.
No, I was looking up you.
Oh, yeah, thanks, mate.
Threatening with a good time.
Well.
Yeah, well, doesn't take much.
Hey, Chris.
I'm forever blowing bubbles.
Look,
I put 2 down because I was sure that someone would have taken mine, which I had. Rama Howe was one of them. Finny Fuliaki from the Dolphins is my second. Similar game to Rama Howe, to be fair. 220 metres, 102 post contact, 7 tackle busts, 1 line break, 1 offload, 36 tackles and only missed 2. He's come on this year. Last year he was not doing anything like that. And this is his norm now, so hopefully he can keep it up going forward.
I picked him, well, I was looking at it as well, but I wasn't confident to pronounce his name, so I went with someone simple.
Steve Smith.
Close.
Oh, yeah, that's what I had.
That's your okay.
mate, I went Adam Dewey.
Yeah, considering he was...
Father-in-law's mad Tiger supporter, so I thought I'd watch the game and did a bit of to and fro, but he didn't like to answer his phone because he was unsure that they were going to win.
Considering that Dewey was gone and he ended up playing.
Week, yeah. 200 plus running metres, 2 try assists, 2 line breaks, 9 tackle breaks. Yeah, after 3 rounds, 1 try, 10 goals, 17 tackle busts, 68 points in total, and 409 total running metres after 3 games for a kid that was shot duck last week. Yeah. He had definitely had a good game. It was between him and young Jockhead Madden.
There was a lot around the NRL this week that we could have chose. I could have went 3 or 4 from the Panthers, but I tried to stay away from that. No, tried to stay away from that and go something different this week.
Yeah.
But, special mentions. I'll wait for Mark.
Are you sure?
You only get 1 special mention. Though.
Good on you, Jay. He started that.
Reece Walsh, 1 try, 1 offload, 1 line break, 11 tackle breaks. He's at 347 kick metres, 182 run metres. He was all over it, supporting play, and
I must say too, Paul Alamotti again. Only joking. There was a lot of across the NRL, but that played some really good football this week.
I'm still waiting for his head.
Hey? Beg your pardon? Oh, Sign Shop. Singing out the Sign Shop when she's, anyway. We'll get it for you. Anyway, time for Stuff You May Have Missed. Stuff You May Have Missed. Brought to you by Empire Garden.
And I don't wanna miss a thing.
The first one is a newspaper article about the Panthers. The wording could have been a little bit better, I think.
Especially if you're Kiwi.
It's not the Sharks.
Yeah, sixth offender. Yeah, just...
Well, I thought it was funny.
Yeah, no,
Laugh
you're
on
right.
the inside.
Yeah, no, when you say it, it is pretty cool. Oh, well, you know what I mean.
That's a good pun.
We'll play Panthers inside, Dylan, don't you worry. The second one was Phoenix Crosland. When it happened, he received a bum sandwich. Look at that. It was the meat between the sandwich and boom. Poor bloke had a shit go, eh?
Just instant bang.
Oh, no.
Amusing enough.
Can't believe that coming up. That's not a real good position to be in, though, is it?
You reckon Fletcher bought him a few beers after the game?
Set of hips either side.
Do you reckon he's going to run that block again?
Yeah.
Might get out of the way pretty quick.
Or his arm will be up at least. But
Didn't we see another game where there was another bum sandwich?
What sport
game
are you
you're
watching?
watching?
I don't know, but you got excited.
You've been watching Simon's live streams again?
No, you get excited when there's bums involved.
No, it's funny. It is. You see someone Montoya. I watched some of the Montoya's podcast, and she rips hell out of him about that time when he got his pants pulled down.
Yeah. No, it does. When we're watching the footy, they just yell out, "Look, bum, bear bum."
Yeah.
That's like him. Oh, bum, 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 bum.
I wouldn't go that far. But a little bit of crack and squirrel. Yeah.
I should secretly record him.
Do it.
What are we
It's
talking
not a
about?
bad thing. It's his show.
We're selling our OnlyFans again, are we?
That's not secret. That's where the other tripod is.
That's what they call me.
I was about to say it's not in the bed.
Kick me while I'm down there. Anyway, stuff we may have missed for this week, and if you got any funny stuff you may have missed, please send them in to us. We'll take a short break, come back with a bit of humour. Time for our jokes, brought to you by the Sign Shop at Maitland. So that's where you get your head from. And, well, your players.
Well, you're the one that keeps going on about Alamotti, so you can have his head.
It just keep getting
Jokes
worse.
just keep rolling, don't they?
Yeah, straight off the head. And, yeah, I might see about getting a new wrap soon, I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Too many people go, what's night time? Nothing. Nothing. Anyway, moving on. Got some Bobby Dazzlers this week.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah.
After being married for 50 years, Dean took a careful look at his wife, Kylie, one day and said to her, 50 years ago, we had a cheap house, a junk car, slept on a sofa bed and watched a 10-inch black and white TV. But I got to sleep every night with a hot 23-year-old girl. Now we have an $800,000 home, $65,000 car, a nice big bed and a large screen TV. But I'm sleeping with a 73-year-old woman. It seems to me that you're not holding up your side of the bargain. Kylie is a very reasonable woman. She told Dean to go out and find a hot 23-year-old girl, and Kylie would make sure Dean would once again be living in a cheap house, driving a junk car, sleeping on a sofa bed and watching a 10-inch black and white TV.
Nah.
Well played.
I'll cut me wife, I got thanks.
A young couple, Jay and Marchy, left the church. Chris is jealous.
Instant jealousy.
And arrived at the hotel where they were spending the first night of their honeymoon. They opened the champagne and began getting ready for the night. When Marchy removed his socks, Jay asked, "Ooh, what's wrong with your feet? Your toes look all mangled and weird. Why are your feet so gross?" "I had polio as a child," Marchy answered. "You mean polio?" Jay asked.
She's wetting her pants.
Literally. "No, polio. The disease only affected my toes." Jay accepted this explanation and they continued getting ready. Marchy then took off his pants. You are to read this.
Must be good.
Shit.
Marchy then took off his pants. Jay once again wrinkled
Up
up her nose. What's wrong with your knees, Jay asked. They're all lumpy and deformed. As a child, I had measles. Marchy explained. You mean measles, Jay asked. No, measles. It's a strange illness that only affected my knees. Jay just nodded and carried on. Then Marchy took off his underwear. Jay paused, looked at him and said, don't tell me. Let me guess, smallcocks?
Jesus.
Well, poor Marchy.
Oh, Jesus, getting out of the line, isn't he?
Oh, wow.
It's not Chris giving it, it's someone else. No. Poor fella, you're going to have a break next week.
Oh, I might have to have a week off.
Yeah.
Recover.
You're right.
Yeah, I'll be right,
Don't
mate.
just ring me if you need a shoulder.
Yeah,
you know?
righto.
I'll look after
Oh,
you.
that was one of your better
Anti-bullying.
ones,
What
mate.
happened to anti-bullying on this show?
Eyes are stinging now.
I think it stops at the door.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it certainly does.
You're right. This one, you need me to
Glasses
ring
are
this. You need me to read this.
Yeah.
You can read it.
No.
I can't even see.
And that's a bad
Mark
thing.
wants to read it. Oh, it's about.
It's
It's
about,
a-
Mark.
Oh, well, you better-
yeah, I'll read it. Okay. A middle-aged couple, Mark and Kate, had two beautiful daughters, but always talked about having a son. They decided one last time for the son they always wanted. Kate got pregnant and delivered a healthy baby boy. Mark rushed to the hospital to see his new son. He was horrified to see the ugliest boy he'd ever seen. He told Kate, there's no way I can be the father of this child. Look at the two beautiful daughters I've fathered. Have you been fooling around behind my back? Kate smiled and sweetly replied, not this time.
Oh.
Wow.
Should we leave it at 2? You got a third?
No, I can't read anymore.
Uh-huh.
My eyes are stinging. Thanks, Marchy. You and your
Oh,
tool there.
anytime.
Measles.
Funny thing is, Marchy sends me most of these jokes.
Oh.
About himself?
Yeah, apparently.
No, I changed the names.
No, that's
That's
gold.
good. They're
That's a good
That was
laugh.
some good
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah. I told you my joke.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
God.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. And the week that was, Mark. A week that was brought to you by ProMod.
Roosters 33, Eagles 16.
I'll tell you what, I will say I miss Spencer Leniu playing. Used to like watching the Roosters just for Spencer, but he's not there, so.
I feel sorry for Manly in this game because Roosters were number 1 in penalties conceded up until this game. They did not give away a single penalty
Oh, wow.
and completed 50 of 52 sets.
So what you're trying to say is the check had cleared?
That's the third game Manly have lost at home too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Led to obviously the sacking.
The undermines.
Yeah, anyway.
The coach.
What do we got? Tigers 32, Warriors 14.
Yeah, disappointed in the Warriors. Yeah, we were praising them up, and they let us down big
They
time
looked
like
a
a
bit
balloon.
flat, mate.
Yeah, they
First dry weather game.
were
First dry
terrible.
weather game for him this season.
Yeah.
They were
They're still a
terrible.
little bit dewy, but
New spine.
A bit different to flogging
Yeah.
rain.
yeah.
But they were terrible.
But they just
On
they
Warrior
did, mate.
standards?
They just look flat.
On Warrior standards, they were terrible.
Yeah.
So should they have changed the halves combination?
Well, they also have put a new fullback in there as well, so that doesn't help.
I wouldn't have changed it up, to be honest.
No, I wouldn't have. Why didn't he go back into reserve grade? Like most players have to come
Yeah.
through reserve
Or
grade
even
to get
put
match
him on the
fit.
bench. Come on. Like, I wouldn't have.
But match fitness,
True. 100%.
you know, it's not
Well,
the
you
same.
could see he struggled a bit too, like with the kicking and the knee and the confidence.
Yeah.
Struggled defensively.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Broncos 26, Dolphins 12.
It was okay, go.
I thought it was boring.
Yeah.
Supposed to be a
It was
high
okay.
attacking game. Wasn't it?
Yeah. For the week before with the Dolphins and then Brisbane.
All hyped up and
starting,
it's...
yeah.
Yeah.
Knights 24, Doggies 16.
Oh, yeah?
Nothing else to say.
Next game?
Nothing else to say.
I was pretty impressed with some people that probably don't get a mention a lot too, like your Saifedis, your Basami Solo.
Well, he started.
They had Mongrel.
Yep.
Yes. And my young bloke gives it to me about Greg Marchy every week. But, I think there wasn't a bad player on the night side, to be honest.
This is the level that they need to be playing at.
They've got to continue it this week.
Who they have in the side.
We have to continue it this week, or last week was just a waste of time.
Exactly.
Mm.
Well, if you play like that, you're going to compete with most teams.
Well, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, anyway, good on them.
Panthers 48. Eels, Marchy.
Yeah, I'm glad I missed it.
Probably a good one to miss.
No, I did say a fair bit of it. We sat in the car. It was between the races, so we sat in the car, watched it on the phone. It was they just jumped us at the start and got away
like
just
30.
too fast.
Did the wife give it to you?
Oh, I didn't get too much from her.
Oh, she been quiet?
Yeah, no, she was quiet until I got in here.
Oh, right.
Yeah, then it never stopped. It's relentless. I think she's face to face on stuff like that.
That's fair. You see your reaction better. Cowboys 28, Storm 24. A little bit of an upset.
A little bit.
Surely no one tipped that.
Well,
Actually-
not on this panel.
Actually,
I didn't. No way.
I think Kylie did, didn't she?
Was it?
Or was that? Oh, no, that was the Titans.
What was it? Melbourne.
That was
it
shit.
a 10-point lead or 14-point lead?
They were
Again,
shit.
Second half.
Melbourne's
Had a lead and then second half again come out and just shit the bed.
Melbourne's under Melbourne's standards, they were shit.
I didn't get to see this game at all.
Yeah.
Neither did I, but from what I heard on the radio, like on
shit.
it was just, yeah. What was that, 2 or 3 weeks? Sorry, mate. 2 weeks they've had leads and or 2 games they've had leads and yeah, not good.
Anyway,
Sharks 34, Raiders 22.
that was a letdown. The Raiders. You watch, they'll come out this week and play the best they've played all year now. But they're
going to have to at some point.
They've been pretty disappointing all year, to be fair.
100%. They've been a huge letdown. I'd say probably they've been the most. I'm sorry, Raiders supporters, but they've been the biggest letdown of the year, I think.
They've limped through a lot of everything they've done.
Because I rate the Raiders, honestly. They were in my top 8 for sure.
They've got a great squad.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
Is it minor premier hangover? Sort of
Yeah,
might
well.
take them a few weeks to get in.
Hopefully after this week they do.
Yeah.
Just not
After this week,
Yeah.
Titans 22, Dragons 14.
Yeah, you got this one wrong.
Aren't we glad 6 o'clock Sunday games are done?
Sometimes. If it was a decent, like...
If it was worth...
It was 16 to 17.
Yeah, if it was a worthy game.
It was enjoyable to watch.
Higher. Yeah.
It was either that or Married with First Sight, so I chose that.
So is this 6 o'clock spot going to be the new spot for next
Seems
season?
to be, mate. Yeah.
So get back onto 3 games on a Sunday?
I don't mind it.
Because it used to be 3 on the Sunday.
I don't mind 3
If they're
games on
gonna
Sunday.
do it, though, they can't have stinkers. Like
The only problem I won't like with a Sunday game is if we're playing at home.
Yeah.
Well, if it's 6 o'clock, then you got the 2 before it. So
Yeah, but
it'll
just
be a day.
by the time we get,
Yeah.
home.
and so
it's
they'll
9,
get
10
ready
o'clock.
for
They
work.
need to just push everything forward now. 1-3-5.
Yeah.
Well,
then
last year they
people
did a
can get
lot
home.
when the Warriors played at home. They played in the daytime. They played them on a Sunday, so it gave you that lunchtime kickoff. So you could wind into having the 3 games on the Sunday.
Or have Perth. Perth can play their game at 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
played here at 4.
Yeah. So it can work. They've just got to take
Tinker
their
it.
head in their ass and do it.
Yeah, true.
The Bunnies got the bye.
They just won. Anyway, well, quickly before we get into tier list, we got some new shorts. Marchy,
We have
you
got
got a
some
pair
new
there?
shorts. We've got them in a flashy pink for the ladies or the Chris's of the world. They're actually quite a nice looking pair of shorts. Actually, I like them. They do look quite good.
You want to get into my pants?
I think he's already been there.
Not yet.
No, they are pretty cool.
No, they
eh?
are. They're good. They're a nice looking pair of shorts. Only the ladies out there looking for a good pair of footy shorts.
Or men.
My
Oh,
young
man,
bloke
well,
had
like I
a
say-
pair of them. He loves
They're not pink if they're for men. They're salmon.
Yeah. Well, we got the red and as well.
The red with the full throttle on it.
Yeah, we got the full throttle
on there.
Yeah.
Nice. So they look good.
Drop the Schmidt.
And they're as comfy as too.
Yeah.
I've got a set, and they're as comfy as they're. The pockets are good. The pockets are good in them too.
You see
some keys in there, and they're safe.
Yeah, you see knees in them.
They're comfy as, mate, aren't they?
I'm easy.
Yeah.
Like old mate from Katuba, he bought 4 or 5 pairs too. Remember that?
Yeah, he wants a few more.
He wants a few more. Yeah. Yep. That's how comfy they are. I'm not just trying to sell you something.
That's right. They're his pajamas.
Yeah.
He wore them to bed.
No, his undies.
Oh, that's right. His undies.
Wears them for undies.
Yeah.
They're nice material.
They are. They are really nice.
They're not just trying to sales pitch, but no, they are actually.
Like I say, the zips, you don't get pockets in footy shorts, and the zippers, like I say, your keys are safe, your wallet, your phones, whatever.
Got your measles on display.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
Gives you a bit of extra hang on it.
Anyway, so if you want a pair, I only have a limited 30 pairs at the moment. But yeah, once they're sold out, we'll put another order in. But limited sizes, but get them in before they go. We'll get more in anyway. But yeah, I might even get a pink pair myself. Go with my pink. That's what I mean. That's the colour like that should be the mining jersey.
Yep.
It's the pink and the blue. I might do up a mock-up jersey of it for next week's show. See how we go. Anyway, we've got that and a few more merchandise stuff coming, so check them out. But time for Team List Tuesday. Extreme Indoor Go-Kart Team List Tuesday. I'm looking forward to doing that this year.
Absolutely. Put someone over the rail.
Oh, no, it was me last year, Nelly.
No.
Ginger Cat and Gary.
I ran into the cat today.
Did you?
Yesterday.
Yeah, he told me actually. He was pretty excited, eh?
Yeah. These young fellas having a go at his rugby league now, so he looked pretty good in his jumper, actually.
Apparently he had a ponga moment or something. He was out for the count.
I didn't see him
stood
play.
on his fingers or something.
Yeah, I didn't see him play, but I seen him at the shop, so, he had a good chat.
He's pretty excited.
Yeah.
They say never meet your idol.
No, that was...
Which one of us?
Not Chris.
Me or him?
Meeting Marchy.
Me or him.
Anyway, shout out to the Ginger Cat. Extreme Indoor Go-Karts, Team List Tuesday. So first up, we got the Dolphins up against Manly. This one could go either way. I took the Dolphins only merely because it was at home, but is it going to be a case of new coach syndrome?
I think it'll take a few weeks to really kick in, other than... I shouldn't say luck, but the old upset. But the way the Dolphins can play and the team they've got, they should hold the the Seagulls.
Anyway, I just don't see him changing too much.
Not week.
Not straight away. No, he hasn't. He's going to need a little bit of time with them to sort of shake things up.
Well, I took the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'll stick with me Dolphins. I took the Dolphins, and I just see them being too strong.
Yeah, I went Dolphins. I just can't see Manly's forward pack. Just sticking with them.
Well, it's a shame because they've got a decent, you got Hamoli, Kobe Havrington, Travojevic,
Olakawatu.
Yeah, like even Brendan Wake. Well, he played well the other day, but they've got some decent. It's just not sticking. But anyway, Mark?
Going back to the Silvertail era, you go for Newcastle and anyone playing Manly. So
yeah, true.
Dolphins.
I'll take that.
Same.
Alrighty. Yeah. The Eels up against it. Oh, we've gone the wrong way, haven't we?
Yes,
terrible.
That's how he knows.
The Rabbits up against the Bulldogs. I don't think the Bulldogs will play as badly as they did last week. In saying that too, the Knights, were good, but yeah, they were flat too. Like nothing was working. I'll take the Dogs on this one. South's fresh off a bye. I still think the Dogs will bounce back. Marchy?
I'm going Souths. I think Souths have really got to knuckle down now and make a statement, and they've got to have to make it really quick.
I was a bit disappointed with Tupanua too last week. Like when he come on, I said, "Oh no, Tupanua, yeah." I said that about Kurt Mann too. I said, "Oh, here comes Kurt. They might change things as well." But no, nothing.
Kick-out seems to have gone missing.
Yeah,
and I think that's a big problem with their game. He's their forward that gets their go forward really going, and he's got that good offload.
Yeah.
He hasn't been anywhere near what he was last
Funny
season.
you say that. Me and Kylie spoke about this as the game was going on. Do you think Kikau will retire soon?
He's still a beast. He's still got no motor on him.
Yeah.
He got injured.
That's what I mean. He hasn't been the same, but since really hasn't. Oh, I know it's a big call and he's been there for a while, but has he had that same effect with the Dogs as he did at Penrith?
No,
at times, but
it
comes down to
Did he get a couple of head knocks at the start of the year? No, he got one.
I honestly hope, that he finds the form he wants to have, because I'm a huge Viliamu fan. I think he's
last year. It was probably his best form away, like for Canterbury. Like when he joined up with Canterbury, I reckon last year was probably his best year. But for some reason, it's just not there.
I think there's just too much going on around him. Like, he's the type of player that won't go looking for the ball. You've kind of got to bring him into the game.
Yeah.
And I think there's just too much going on, and Burton's just can't get him into the game.
Oh, you've got to find a way.
Christmas at 7, mate.
Yeah.
So will he be lining up against Mitchell? Because that's generally where he is.
No, he'll
He'll
be
on
the
the opposite side.
So he'll be on the
White.
Jack White and...
Not much of a difference in size there, is there?
Mate.
They're pretty close, that pair.
Chop him in half, mate.
Oh, he's a big boy. I seen him at the boxing when Zoo fought up in Brisbane, there, in the Gold Coast, and he's a monster of a man.
Man.
Jack White.
Oh, right.
He's like 6'4", 6'5". He's huge.
I've never.
And he's big.
Mate.
He's big.
He's
a big
He
boy.
looks tiny on the
No,
telly.
he's massive.
They reckon he's in the top 3 in the NRL that you wouldn't want to
Oh, right.
Yeah.
jump on side.
And here we were telling Tyson Gamble to get into him when he bit him. Tyson's probably thinking he's Anyway,
he's a good bloke too.
Yeah, good on him.
I've got the Dogs. But...
Oh yeah, I knew you were. A silly question, but
Dogs.
Joe?
I'm pretty sure I took South, mate.
Fair enough. Yeah. Panthers and Storm. I'm just not answering this one. But no, honestly, it'll be a good game. I can't go against Penrith at the moment. I know they've got to lose sooner or later, but their form.
He's not here anymore.
Yeah, but.
Well, there's your boy, Jack Everington's been named on the bench.
Yeah, well, that's the only good thing out of the Kamikamefa incident is that Jack's going to get a fair run, which I'm,
pleased with, but
under better circumstances. But good on you, Jack. Hopefully he goes well, but starts next week. But a team that's got Jenkins, Edwards, Alamotti, McLean, Tuttle, and that's your back five. I mean, is there a better back five in the comp at the moment?
Yeah, it's hard to go past them, isn't it?
And then, I thought Liam Martin was a bit quiet last week. He's a...
He didn't have to do anything, though.
No,
he didn't have to have a big game, so maybe it's a good thing for him to have that quieter game last week. Give him...
Was that his first game back after the injury?
He's Penrith also took the whole starting forward pack off at halftime and essentially didn't send them back out. So
true. Yeah, well, but when you got a bench with Sorensen, Garner, it's pretty.
I think Penrith's forwards are going to be nice and rested come September because the way they're playing at the moment, they're going to get to leads and just have the last half hour off, mate. Go have a shower.
Yeah.
True that. I honestly think if they get to a big lead too, they probably need to do that with Nathan and let Jack Cogger take control.
I think they will. I think they'll rotate through who they rest.
because Cogger lost what he once had when he'd come back to Newcastle.
Yeah, after the grand final heroics.
I think when he come back to Newcastle, I think he just, I don't know whether they put too much pressure on him and gave him that jumper and said, righto, mate, your turn to come from where you've been to
It doesn't
make
work
us
like that,
great.
does it?
No.
It wasn't a good environment to come back to either. Like, no one was...
No. It was
Well,
no one was playing well.
Look
Like,
at Tom Jenkins. And now you go back, arguably probably the form winger of the competition.
Yeah.
Can't get started at Newcastle, go back there, become leading try scorer and form winger. Anyway, I'm not going to say too much, Marchy.
I can't see Melbourne turning it around as much as they need to beat the Panthers. So I'm going to go with the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm going Penrith too. I don't want to back against Melbourne because every time you back against Melbourne, what do they do? But I just can't see anyone beating Penrith.
I tell you what, but I am a big fan of Falongo. Oh, I would have got rid of Pappenhausen long ago and had him at fullback, to be honest.
What about that try assist from Harry Grant on the weekend?
Yeah,
I didn't see
from
that.
WR.
You didn't see him?
Oh, yeah.
30-metre cutout ball on the line. Just
There was no effort either.
Bang on him.
no.
There was no effort. It was just
And the margin for error. Like, any higher, it goes over the sideline. Any lower, it gets intercepted and goes the length.
I haven't seen a pass as good as that for a long time. Put it that way. But
Panthers, it should be game of the round, though.
yeah, well, I thought so, yeah.
Yeah, same, mate. I'll go Panthers.
The only thing that's missing with me, there's a little bit of a downfall, is number 9. I mean, Freddie Lussick is good, but he's no Mitch Kenny, is he?
But he'll have a simple job.
Yeah, he'll go out there and tackle, mate.
Yeah, but Mitch Kenny, you watch he's first down there to tackle. And,
yeah.
A lot of people, I don't think Mitch Kenny gets the raps he probably does deserve. You talk about all the best hookers in the game. I know there's Harry Grant, there's some good ones, but you ask Penrith, I don't think they'd swap him for any.
Freddie come across from Parramatta, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Warriors?
Warrior, he went to Warriors.
He went to the Warriors
that's
from
right,
Paris, sorry, and then,
The other Lassie. Darcy?
Darcy.
Brother?
Yeah, I do believe they are.
Yeah, true. All right. Interesting. See how that pans out. Oh, my bad. This is all jumbled up. I don't know why.
Cowboys game.
Knights and Raiders? We didn't do that yet, have we? No. Did we?
No, we didn't.
No. Sorry, I don't know why it's jumbled up like that.
Cowboys are the next game.
Sorry?
The Cowboys are the next game.
Yeah. Oh, we'll do this one. I don't know why it's all jumbled up for some reason, but anyway, Knights and Raiders.
Big one at home.
If I take the Knights, they'll lose. If I take, after the form of last week, I'll stick with them. But
Jeez, there's a lot of ex-Knights players in that Canberra side, isn't
100%.
Jaden
Brayley.
Ethan Sanders, his game wasn't as good as the first couple of games.
None of them were.
He just throwing willy-nilly balls and going to ground, and he just didn't back himself. And even young Noel Martin there, he didn't have that good of a game.
He had a couple of fumbles and
Horsburgh's little brain snap where he gets 10 in the bin. That's what killed him straight off.
I watched that. That was very close to him being actually back to 10.
Yeah,
very close.
Anyway,
I'll take the Knights at home, Marchy.
I'll take the Knights. Canberra's just not clicking 100%.
Trey Mooney back as well.
He'll make a big difference.
Mm.
He'll make a massive difference. So is it smarter than bringing Fletcher Sharp back straight? Like, is he early?
Apparently he's all right. He was just
It's going to be the same as what Walsh had last year. Every time he gets a knock, it's just going to be
and that's all I think it was. He just got a knock on it again. And
I don't know about. I know you want some impact off the bench, but Tyson Frizzell on the bench,
He played good off the bench last
week.
Can you argue Matty Croker's form either, though?
No,
mate.
But I don't know. I just think Tyson deserves. I know they do too, but Tyson's been good for us week in, week out since he
but I
signed.
don't know. I don't think that it would bother him too much.
No, he came off. He ran hard.
Yeah, he does his stint, does his time, and and gives that bit extra. But yeah, 100%. Matty Croker, mate.
Last couple of weeks,
mate. He is my pick for the Knights right now as a standout. He literally he's doing everything right. He's always turning up.
Pasami solo too. It surprised me. Like, to be honest, I know Pasami was not a bad player, but
yeah,
I think he's gone that next level again this year.
He's come from Canberra as well, hasn't he? Him and Trey, so it'll be a bit of a stand up. Yeah, let's have a dig.
Knights, you?
Knights.
Yeah, mate, okay. Knights.
All right, and the Cowboys and what is it? The next one?
Cowboys Dragons.
Cowboys Dragons.
Sort of an uninspiring game as well.
Yeah. Well, who do you? This could be. I'm only going to go on last week's.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys were actually not bad. The halves were good. Clifford and Co were not bad at all. I thought I was pretty impressed with him, but I mean, the Dragons were close to a win, but they still lost to the Titans.
I don't know how Tyrell Sloan's still even on the bench.
Yeah, like
I'm not trying to be a couch potato here and say that I know better, but he needs to go back and.
Well, Penrith were looking at him.
He needs to go back into Reggie's and have a bit of a think about his form at the moment because he's not. For a winger, mate, you shouldn't be making the mistakes that he's making. That's not being nasty to the kid, but still.
Yeah, I honestly reckon he hasn't had much of a fair go down there this year, but Sloan.
Since Gutherson turned up and then, you got Val Holmes and that.
And Penrith were looking at him, so that tells you he's got a bit of,
different
he can play.
System. Yeah.
He can play, so.
Oh, mate, no doubt. He can play and he can score tries. He's lightning fast. But
I just reckon he needs a new club. Change the club, change him.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll take the Cowboys, Marchy.
Yeah, Cowboys for me.
Yeah, at the moment I can't see the Dragons beating anyone, unfortunately.
Yeah. Cowboys.
Same.
Yeah, unfortunately it's terrible for the.
I don't want to, kick a fan base while they're down, but they're just not showing much.
Their form's just not enough.
Sharks and Warriors. I'd love to say Warriors, but on last week's form, Sharks.
And they're travelling.
Yeah, I'm going to have to...
But I think the Warriors are one of them bogey sides for the Sharks, mate.
I unfortunately have to take the Sharks only on form from last week. I hope I'm wrong because the Warriors are my, team that I like to. Everyone loves that. Yeah, well, that too, and I want to see go well. Like, obviously, if the Knights and Penrith can't make it, I want them to win the comp because they deserve it.
Yep.
Marchy.
I want to say the Warriors, but I'm going to go the Sharks.
Yeah, same.
I just you look at that Warriors side. They're a good side, but I don't know. Cronulla they've had a couple of games where they've clicked all right.
Yeah, they've been very up and down.
Yeah, that's the only issue that I've got with them.
The issue is the 6 and 7. Yeah. It is. Nico Hines is not. He's got to go back to 1. I mean, it's just for me, he's not a half. I've been saying it for years, but you agree too, Joe?
Oh, 100%, mate. He doesn't have that direction to lead a team around.
No.
In my opinion. He done... I know we keep going back to the same when he was at Melbourne and that, but he just, when he floats in the background, he just turns up.
Yeah, he's a more dangerous player.
Which if Trindle takes control, he can do that at 6.
Oh, mate, well, we've seen it happen. We've seen Trindle just take over the game and just go, mate.
But where do you put Kennedy? That's the problem.
Oh, absolutely.
Nico can play 6 and just play as a second fullback.
That's what Sharp does.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh, I still think Nico needs to go back to 1. I personally think you'll see the best of Nico if he goes back to fullback.
He doesn't have the pressure on him, man.
100%.
He doesn't have the pressure to make plays happen.
And we all know he's gone through a lot of mental health stuff, so, I worry about his, mental health. Anyway.
I'm going to go Warriors. I just think they'll bounce back.
Hopefully.
just don't have that much confidence in the Sharks to go 2 in a row.
Well, I've took the Sharks, but before kick-off, I could change again on this one.
See fish run out of the tunnel, you reckon, and just...
Oh, yeah. Sorry, buddy.
Water again.
Get the log out.
Mark.
Warriors.
I've put down on my tips Sharks, but I'm going to change to Warriors because I'm not a fan of the Sharks.
Titans, Broncos. Boring.
Broncos.
Feel the same?
Yeah.
Marchy?
Broncos.
Yeah.
Broncos. But it's just, I don't know, to me it says snooze first.
Pending.
No.
Broncos.
Joe?
Yeah, I had to go the Broncos just
Fair
on
enough.
the last couple of wins.
Did you skip the Eels?
Yeah, Eels game.
Look at Marchy. Tigers.
Yeah, Tigers and Eagles. Oh, sorry.
The old Monday cracker, eh?
Yeah.
At least you can wait till Monday to be disappointed.
Yeah.
Enjoy the
And
Easter
then I'll jump on the
bunny.
plane the next day and just
I reckon
done.
the Eels will do this, mate. I reckon they'll bounce back. A bit. Yeah,
I've been very disappointed in Mitchell Moses this season.
Yes, I must admit.
100%. And
Only because, I mean that with respect too, because we know he's got that talent there.
but he seems like to me Peasant's in the side, so Moses isn't going to do anything.
Yeah, we'll sit back.
That's what I'm getting.
Yeah,
He should be taking control.
He should be taking control, and then Peasant should be doing spurts and bursts. Do a little bit where he's not constantly being in charge of the team.
Either that or let Peasant take control and just swing both sides. Like it's either got to be one or the other.
Yeah.
I will say too, I'll give him a rap again, but KTP Ball.
Yep.
Since going to the
Playing good football.
Yeah. One we let go.
How many tries did he score at the Knights? But I'm pretty sure he's already equalled it.
He has.
Did he get to 4? 4 in the time he was there.
He's already done that. Scored 3 in one game, didn't he? Or 2 in one game. Anyway.
Tell you the other Tigers player as well. That's playing well. Alex Twile.
Yes.
He's probably been one of their form
Yeah.
players.
Season, mate. Been around a long time.
This is his best
now.
season by a long way at the moment.
Far. I think he's playing in the right spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He played in front row, and then, it's taken him a while to get his pre-game thing right, and they reckon it's one of the best. If kids ever want to look at how you start evolving as a player when you're getting older, watch what he does for like pre-game stuff and like the way he prepares. They reckon it's unbelievable.
I'm gonna have to take the Eels.
Oh, well, I'm taking the Eels, not with a great deal of confidence. Like I say, to me, it comes down to the 7 for Para. I know it's cliche with Parramatta that it's Mitchell Moses that the pressure's on, but that's what it is. That's what it is.
100%. Luke?
I'm just going to go on form, Tigers, but again, it could go either way.
True.
Tigers, same reason.
Can't argue.
No, I took Parramatta, I think.
But as you said, Tigers playing some good footy, so it could go either way. But
yeah, I've got no confidence.
Surprise pack of the season, though, the Tigers, the way they started.
Yeah, true. Very true.
I'm not really surprised by it, to be honest with you. I'm not that.
I thought that would be good, but I didn't
thought
think
they'd be going pretty. I think they're definitely going to be an 8 side.
Yeah,
only going to get better when Jerome comes back too.
Yeah, yeah.
But saying that too,
then you feel for Jock in the same process.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like
back in the wilderness,
you've got to put.
Well, I think that Jock will stay in the 18.
Well, you'd have to. You'd have to put him on the bench.
He will stay on as a bench.
Then what? Latu Fanu goes out.
Yeah.
They've invested a lot in him. Are they going to just throw him to the wilderness?
But that's the thing. He will come back in throughout the year.
Yeah,
it's a good problem to have.
It is.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the team list for this week, and we're going to take a short break and come back shortly. Welcome back, and
Just gets better every week, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think I say that every week too.
Who are we going to pick on next week?
I don't know.
Hey, it's not Haas.
It's even better because he's not here.
No, we can't.
Be
do
over
that.
Slather.
You can pick on Matty next week. He'll be back.
Yeah.
He doesn't mind being piss taken out of him.
Yeah, no. I was sticking up for you tonight. I wasn't.
Can we make sure that
Sometimes.
can we make sure Simon's one of the callers next week?
100%, Simon. If you're
Yeah.
listening, you didn't call in tonight. We need you to call in next week for a special reason.
The Queen of Turak.
Yeah, the Queen of Turak. I missed that tonight too. Oh, how is my favourite little garden gnome?
Hello, Dinas. How's it going?
That's my big Dinas. Oh,
Yeah.
oh that's
The
it.
dulcet tones.
You, you always get a laugh when
You're heading down his way next week.
I'm going via Turak apparently.
Oh, so
No,
now
I'll probably
it's all
fly
out.
over Turak. I don't know. I don't know what the flight path is down to Melbourne. I'll wave anyhow.
Maybe you
If
might-
you're listening, Simon, just look up at the plane and I'll be waving to you.
La plane.
Or if you want to meet him at the airport, he arrives out.
I'm sure there'd be a punch up with him and the wife.
I don't think she'll care, mate.
Probably give her a bit of peace for the week.
Might be like Trent, the flight steward. It might be Simon.
Might be.
Oh, yeah.
I'll ask the
Yeah,
steward
can
when
you
I get
imagine
on.
it? Hello, Marchy. I'm over here.
Yeah, you can be Jason Stevens.
Oh, yeah.
Come over here, big Jason.
Oh, they were gold. Weren't
Oh, well, they.
they? Maybe
funny.
we need Simon on here. We need to FaceTime with Simon. I keep saying that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Anyway, I must. Well, before we go, I got to say this one. Our editor Adam, he was on tour with his Ozzo's band, and he had a put up a TikTok, I think it was, or Facebook, where he's having a cup of coffee, and some man commented and said, "Come and have a coffee with me at such and such. Yum, with a love heart." Or maybe Chris has got a fake account or something. But yeah.
It could be Chris.
I think it was Glenn. His name was, I think. Adam.
I
Is it great?
think I
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
that actually this afternoon.
Yeah, sorry, Adam. I had to put you in that one, mate. But,
Oh, you might as well be copping it now too. Might take a bit of pressure off me.
but Glenn, if you watch our show, feel free to call in. Anyway, on that note, Marchy, you deserve a week off, mate.
Thanks, mate.
That's all right. We won't be the same about you. But,
No, it's going to be a little bit different, not rocking up on a Tuesday.
maybe
but-
we could give you a call if you're free.
Yeah, it
Talking
just
Schmidt.
depends on what state I'm in.
Yeah, maybe we could give you a call.
Victoria.
I'll be in Victoria, but I'm just not sure what state I'll be in. No work Wednesday.
Thursday.
I could be at the casino. Probably a fair chance of that.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I don't mind having a run on the tables.
What about a gamble?
Yeah, I'll have a gamble every now and then too.
Anyway, mate.
I'll miss you guys.
Yeah, we'll miss you too, mate. It's not the same without you, to be honest. You're a big part of the show, and don't forget it.
I'm only going for a week, mate.
Yeah, I know, but same, Luke, mate.
Yeah,
you're part of the furniture
again.
now. You just
Sucked
might,
in.
next week you might
That's
just
how
be
I got trapped.
you might just be Chris's furniture next week.
Yeah.
No.
Chris's
I
deck chair.
I'm sick next week.
Oh, yeah, the new bath boy.
Chris's deck chair.
Chris's deck chair. No.
Oh, can I just make an apology for
Next
for,
week.
for a lot of things? But the other day, and with the KTP stickers that are going out in the cars and all that, and we started taking photos and wanting people to submit the fact that they've got a sticker. We saw one driving through Sandgate on the weekend. It almost looked like I was stalking, trying to get a photo.
What kind of car was it?
It was a blue. We do have a photo of it.
It was a blue car.
Blue car, blue sedan, but we sort of changed lanes to take photos of it, and it might have looked a little bit creepy. So I do apologise, and you're in the running.
Yeah, but soon we're going to start giving away some merch, and we'll get the fridge rolling as well. We just had a few unexpected bills in the studio that set us back a bit, but don't worry, we are going to get it out there. But yeah, we'll do one this month. Get a little prize back out, but we did give some prizes away last week to two people that won that, so they got a prize back. But in saying that too, we've got two tickets to the Titans to give away. The Titans and Broncos go.
Yeah.
And we'll draw that on Thursday night. I think we'll draw that out. So you still got a couple more days
if you're in Queensland.
But we got them passed on to us. Said if we'd like to give them away. So and to that comment that was made on there, no one cares. Well, the response has been huge. So they do care. Anyway, Mark, thanks for coming. See you next week.
Yep, always a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, we've got a huge show next week.
Yeah.
Because I'm not here. You save the best till I go
why.
away.
That's not going to be the same.
You'll be here.
Won't be the same if
yeah.
garden.
He'll still be here.
Oh, yeah, he'll still be there.
Yeah.
So
I'll get a camera set up in here so I can get all the action.
Yeah.
I'm sure Chris will face
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there'll be action from Chris.
We'll get the cream back out.
And Jay.
Thanks, mate.
Love you, Adam.
You big hunky funky sex machine. Chris
Was
just
that a
farted.
fart?
It was a chair.
Yeah, the chair.
Yeah.
It looks old. Looks like you, Marchy. Did you just say Mark, Jen?
I need my phone.
When God was handing out brains, I miss mine. Miss mine.
That's right. I got a shit haircut.
Okay.
Not as bad as it used to be. Pretty feral.
My eyes are stinging.
I was about to say your face is all moist.
At least something is.
Oh, I'm skippy.